Welcome to everybody. I am back. I've I've been away for 2 days, 3 days. Oh Jesus. It's unbelievable that I'm feeling cold in this my warm room. This is one room that when I come in here, for some reason I usually feel warm or hot. And right now, I wish I had something warmer on. But anyways, maybe when I start talking. Oh Lord. How are you guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to be very quick with this one. Hopefully we don't stay here for too long. This is a developing story. Hi, I see you guys joining in. Thank you for coming. Diana, welcome to the live stream. I was great. I see you. Jacqueline, welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. Hope you guys are having a good day. So I saw a video of Angela NWOSU where she narrated something from her childhood. You guys know we have done so many videos talking about the impact, the effect of childhood trauma, your experiences growing up, your upbringing, the impact of all of that on who you become as an adult. We cannot pretend like you can separate those two. Like, oh, whatever happened in my childhood remains in the past. I don't think we can ever unmarry those two. There are always elements from your upbringing that you take along with you, and some of them live with you for the rest of your life, and some of them even determine who you become. They determine how you see people, how you see the world, how you react to things. They can even make you become an awful person, or they make you a better person. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2 days ago I saw the video. I was shocked. So I was like, okay, well, one of those things. And then yesterday night again, I saw that she had done part 2. So I started to watch part 2. Part 1 was already bad enough. Part 1 was heavy. It was bad. And then I watched part 2. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't watch all of it. And today I'm going to play everything for us, for all of us to watch. So we're going to watch the whole of part 1, and if we have time, we're also going to watch all of part 2. So some of those things will be new for me because I haven't watched all of part 2. But she made some very how do you say that, shocking revelations in those videos. Very shocking things that I was left flabbergasted. Like, how have you been able to go through all of this and still be who you are? When I say who you are, look, I don't know her that well because I don't watch her that much. But the little that I have seen of her, it's almost like the story she's telling. Like, how could you have gone through all of that and still be able to be grounded in the way that you are? And these content creators, we see them and we just think this is how they have been all their lives until they start to open their mouths. And you either tell yourself, oh, no wonder. No wonder you're like that. Or, oh my God, you went through all of that. So how did you manage to still see the beauty of life? How did you manage to still be a positive-minded person? So today we are going to watch those videos. We are going to analyze the ones that we can analyze, because some things you really cannot analyze unless you have gone through them yourself. So I'm not going to stand here like an expert, like I know it all. No, because some things, like I said, you learn by experience and you can speak better about those things. So if I get to that point where I feel like, okay, this one passed me, there are some things that life just teaches you. Generally, you learn from other people, you learn from stories or things that you've heard so many times, you've weighed them, you can talk about them, or you've learned from school. But there are some things that are just like you're hearing it for the first time and you don't even know what to do with it. You understand? So we are going to listen to her story, or part of her story. I don't know if she's still going to do more, if she's still going to tell more, or this is just it for now. We're going to listen. And we're also going to read some comments and some posts that people have put up. A lot of people do not believe this story. Some of them feel like this is a business story, a business storyline. that she's just launching a new product and she's using this whole story to gain attention. And others believe that, look, this girl, this lady, you are no longer trending. Other creators are shining, and you, it's almost like nobody remembers you. And now you are bringing all of this up so that, people can come back to your page and rediscover you and remember that you are still there. So we're going to read all of that, and we're going to talk about what we think about that, and I'll hear from you guys also. My line is open if you want to call in. If you have my number, you can call via WhatsApp. If you don't have my number, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. I could actually have gone live through StreamYard. I don't know why. You see, when I get used to something, I just sit there, because I already started to get really used to streaming directly live on YouTube. Yeah, because I loved StreamYard and I was stuck to StreamYard. But when situations forced me to go to YouTube, I started to get used to YouTube, and now I'm finding it difficult to go back to my first love, StreamYard, So I'll see, maybe on my next live, I'll go there. Or you guys just tell me which one you prefer, if to stream like this directly, or if to continue to do a StreamYard thingy where you can also see things on the screen. However, let's get into the business of today. Let me start to play from part 1. So we are going to listen slowly. I might have to fast forward some parts because I don't know, Okay, let me see where I saved it. Let's look for part 1. And another thing, I'll see if I can find out why she even decided to start to talk, because right now it's not clear to me why she decided to open her mouth now. Yeah, maybe we'll figure that out as we go. All right, take a listen.
My parents did a lot of things to me that I have forgiven.
Okay.
But I have not forgotten.
Okay.
I try to forget, but it's so difficult, especially when I have triggers, when I have moments that triggers me, moments that reminds me of my childhood traumas. I have a lot of childhood trauma. So I'm going to share one incident. One time, before I go on, there's a difference between punishing each.
Let me read the caption above her head. You see, she wrote something here. She wrote, "Up till today, I'm still scared of my mother because of all the childhood trauma that she put me through. I already forgave her, but I have found it difficult to heal." Okay. One thing I want to say about that is, I remember when Angela was pregnant and she went to Nigeria. Reading this caption just takes me back to that period, because I watched her a bit then, going to Nigeria and, all the excitement. We that we live abroad, we love to see videos like that, because we miss home. So whenever we see people going from here, we're like, okay, let's see. So I was curious and I watched. And I remember her going to, I believe, her village. She went to Cross River State, if I'm not mistaken. And I was looking forward to her just entering her family home, and because it was a surprise. She didn't tell them she was coming. So I wanted to see the reaction. I was waiting for that reaction. Going into that family home. I didn't even know all of this, yeah? Going into that family home to see her mom. And when she entered, they hugged. Let me see if I can grab a picture. They hugged, and I thought that was cold. I didn't feel warmth, like true. Let me show you. That's the mom, okay? If you watch, okay, this picture looks, okay, they're both happy, they're both smiling. But if you watch the video, you'd see a little bit of distance. More or less like two strangers that know each other and they've not seen each other in a long time are hugging. But I didn't feel a strong connection. And a lot of people even commented that even the other lady was more excited than maybe your mom or you. The hype. We didn't feel that with your mom. I was making excuses. I didn't analyze it, but in my mind, I was making excuses for the situation. I was like, number one, this lady is pregnant. You want her to jump and maybe she's just being careful. If if it's the same period this picture was taken, I remember vividly that I was thinking that, okay, maybe it's because of the pregnancy. When you're pregnant, you're extra careful. Let me not go and jump and hit my stomach. So maybe that was why she was calm. I was, making those excuses. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that explains why she's calm. Or I was just like, or did she set this up? Or maybe she already saw her mom. And, but I knew that there was just something, but I couldn't imagine that it had to do with the distance, with the bridge that trauma had already built between them. So let me just continue to play. So, anyways, let me continue to read the caption.
There's a difference.
The caption says until, okay, I think I already read everything, but I found it difficult to heal. Okay, let's continue.
Between punishing a child and torturing them. When I say torture, extreme type, the type you cannot even give to your enemy. I received from my parents, especially my mother. Okay, so one time I disobeyed them. I did something, I was rebellious. A lot of us that grew up in that generation knows that, they were very strict. Our parents, they were very strict. But I think mine was just beyond.
I can see how many minutes long this one is. So let's listen.
That's level of using kerosene and Cameroon pepper. Like you mix kerosene with Cameroon pepper and pour on your child.
We know that on this social media, we have seen a mother torture their 6-year-old daughter with alcohol on a wound, an open wound or an injury, a scar. Not really a scar. It wasn't a scar yet. It was more an open wound on the, on the scalp. We've seen it on social media. A Nigerian mother pouring alcohol, using alcohol to scrub an open wound on a 6-year-old child. We all witnessed it, because when you hear stories like this, to many people abroad, this might sound so foreign to them, so strange, like so surreal, so unreal. Actually, like, no, are you sure this is not a movie? Many people abroad, or many people who were born abroad, let me put it that way, many people who were born abroad might not be able to relate. But many of us who came from Africa, even if we've not really gone through it directly, we know stories like this of parents torturing, using physical harm, corporal punishment on their children. We know, we are familiar with these stories, okay? But at least, even if you were born abroad and you've never seen anything like this, you've never heard of anything like this, at least I believe maybe you have watched the video of a certain Nigerian mother that used alcohol to scrub the forehead of their 6-year-old child. That is also a form of torture, because that child can grow up like Angela NWOSU now and sit in front of the camera and tell the story of the excruciating pain that she went through. We all witnessed that child cry for help, more or less, scream, and there was nobody there to help that child. And
first of all, they started by
okay, let's just listen.
Using that wooden spatula, that wooden turning gari that they used to do then. Back then it was very long, not the short ones we do now. It was very long. Now they scraped my head, like scraped to skin cut, kudos. And my father started hitting me that thing on my head, all over my body, non-stop. I was a teenager, mind you, a very small child. And in all this, they made sure I had no clothes on. I was not wearing anything, nothing at all, so that the whole thing will enter.
Let me see. Peace of mind. Something is wrong. Is it? Oh, wait. Let me. Okay, let me just play. I'll check it out.
Flocking. I was dizzy. The pain, the excruciating pain. I almost passed out at some point. And it will break. When it breaks into two on my body, my mom will give him the extra that we had at home. He will continue. And when that extra broke on my body, she went and brought his belt buckle. The belt, and he was flogging me the buckle, not the belt, the buckle. When the thing scattered on my body, my mom went and mixed kerosene with Cameroon pepper. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. My mom is still alive. I'm sure she'll watch this video and she'll remember all this. So She mix Cameroon pepper and start pouring it from my.
Okay, can you check again? Because I don't see any issue. Peace of mind. Can you check and reconfirm? Someone says, imagine a mother would do this to her own child. The child that she gave birth to. It's almost unbelievable, but it happens. Let me switch to the other page so that I can check from there. Peace of mind. Let me see. I just want to be sure so that if it's not good, I can restart. Yeah, it's good. It's good. If it's not good. Yeah, so maybe it's from your device. Peace of mind. All right, let's continue. Okay, so for a mother to do this, yeah, it's good. Generally, oh wait, let me turn this off. Generally, look, I cannot tell the psychological, psychiatric situation with any mother that can endure labor, carrying a baby for 9 months and then doing this. I cannot, honestly. Truth of the matter is, if you've not been in a situation, I've learned my lessons not to judge like deeply until you've walked in those shoes. So I cannot speak now against or for the mother. She alone knows what she went through in the hands of her daughter. I don't think any sane mother would just wake up and say, okay, you know what, I want to pour Cameroon pepper inside your nyash. So I can't, look, that is abuse and we cannot excuse it for whichever reason. So but I'm not going to stand here and judge her because we've not heard her side of the story. We've not heard. And I can understand and imagine that some of you are thinking, blessing, there is no side of the story that can justify. I fully understand. But until we hear her side, maybe it's a very stupid side she's going to come forward with, then we can fully judge her with our full chests. But as long as we've not heard it, let us just keep it on the surface. And what I would just say normally is, if there are no psychiatric, because this one you would think, okay, this cannot be okay. But because we know that she wasn't alone in it, even her husband, the father of Angela, was also in it. So are they both psychiatric patients? Fine. Apart from psychiatric situations that could be, or conditions that could possibly lead to you doing this to your offspring, poverty and lack of education can also be the causes of things like this. Because when you're not living in poverty, you would, and when you look, that combination, poverty and I don't know her background. Honestly, I don't know the kind of home she's from, if she was from a rich home, but it has to be either poverty and or illiteracy or both. And the worst cause would be a combination of both. Because when you're illiterate or when you're not exposed, because illiteracy is not a lack of education fully, when you're not exposed, you're not educated, you might, and when you are also poor, you might not have the resources. You might not know the resources that are required to help your child. If your child is going astray, you just might be oblivious to what else you could do. The only thing you know how to do is beat and inflict pain. But if, for example, you are exposed, hold on, let me check. Okay, sorry about that. So if you are limited in those areas, in the areas of finances and exposure or knowledge of how else to go about things like this, your only resort might be abusing your children without even realizing that you are doing that. So let's continue.
I start pouring from my head. From my head, all the the pain, the cuts, the amount of scars I have on my body. If I have 100 scars, I got like 90% from my parents. She'll keep she'll pour me the whole thing on my body, pain, kerosene, and then if I try to cry or try to open mouth to say why, I should be targeting me. Like she'll be waiting for me to try to beg or try to ask why this kind of torture? This is no longer discipline. If I try to ask a question, she'll target and then she'll just pour it into my mouth. This will go straight down my throat, enter my nose, go into my eyes. Oh my God! If you notice now, you notice how I blink. This blinking didn't start now. It started from when I was small. Like a lot of things that are wrong with me started from there. So I'll be wondering why. And then while all these things were going on, my hands were binded. Like they would tie my hands, they would tie my hands and tie my legs. So I will not be able to fight back. I will not be able to wage the flogging. I will not be able to, like try to see if you can run away.
This one is beyond discipline. Like she rightfully said, people from our generation, we know our parents were very strict. Yes, not like now that all the time you're hugging your babies, you're hugging your children. Oh, what did you do? What happened? Oh, okay. You hug, you kiss. Okay, it's good. Did you tell me the truth? Okay. Nowadays, it's slap. You understand? Some parents, it's slap. They will first used to ask you whether you're telling the truth or not. But when you look at it, you might also grow up like that and tell yourself that that form of discipline shaped you to be who you are in a positive way. And look, for me, if you ask me, no form of discipline is justifiable. Of course, we know there are levels to it. Spanking a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, could still be looked, like, okay, it's okay. But inflicting pain, causing bodily harm is going beyond discipline. This one is no longer discipline. This one is extreme torture. And parents should be aware. I don't think in this day and age, parents too, I don't know, because some of these people from our generation, me, I'm much older than, I think I'm like almost 10 years older than Angela. But some of the people from maybe my generation or her generation, well, the same generation, some of the people from our generation would carry that along with them, because that is how they were raised. So they now do it, even in this day and age, to their children. Do you understand? So honestly, this kind of thing is not only damaging to the child, but also to the generations to come, especially the ones that have taken it upon themselves to also pass it on to their own children. They are not taking it as, okay, one of those things. But this one, anyways, this one is not discipline. In my opinion, this one is just, no, this is madness in another level. Tying down your daughter. Hey, this one is not just a slap here, a spank there. No. This one is you bind that daughter of yours, a teenager, skinny looking, and she was very skinny. Don't mind her how she is now. I remember those years. She was skinny, very skinny. Imagine how she looked when she was 14. Then you now tie down that person and then use a stick, a turning stick on the head. You scrape the whole head, use a stick on it, and then the child is bleeding, and then you are pouring pepper and kerosene. Mama Angela, is that one to prepare her to buy her, or because I don't understand the idea behind it's a whole process. Like, when you want to go and sacrifice a lamb, you don't just take the lamb, you have to tie the lamb, so the mother went through the entire process as if this child today, now your buy day today. Look at all the steps the mother took You tie the child, you strip the child naked, you scrape the hair, you beat, cause injury, and then pour kerosene and Cameroon pepper. You didn't even go to Kenya, you went to Cameroon. Cameroon pepper. The next thing is to light the thing now so that everything will catch fire. That's the next, because that one is like one step to buy. That's terrible. And I hope parents today learn, because you cannot tell me that there are no parents out there who are possibly doing it till this day to their children. Don't judge other people by your own situation. Don't imagine or assume that everybody is like you. There are awful things still going on in the world today, if not worse than what this lady is describing here. But hopefully this would be an awakening. It will be more like an eye-opener for people to know the extent of damage, emotional, psychological damage that things like this can cause people, even when they clock 70 years old. Some people, they don't heal ever till they even leave this earth. But a lot of people, when they are punishing or disciplining, they don't think of the future. They just think of now, let me finish it.
If you can run away, they will tie you naked, start naked there. And funny enough is I have 5 other siblings because we are 6. None of my other siblings were tortured like this. None.
And that's where the question comes in. So we cannot say now that this is just how the parents are, based on this statement she just made now. She was the only one facing this kind of torture. She was their biological child that will not say, oh, maybe they brought you from outside, you are not their biological child. That's why we cannot say so. If she has confirmed, though, that the mother really gave birth to her, right? So she was the only one that they did all of this to. If they had done all of this to all the children, then we can squeeze them, those parents of hers, we can fully squeeze them with our full chests. But now it's so difficult for us to fully squeeze them and question them and display them like, which kind of bad mother you be. It's difficult because maybe there is something about Angela. And again, I'm having my reservations. I'm not fully justifying. Again, I will still repeat. Nothing justifies what this lady went through. For her to still be sitting down at 30-something, to still be going through emotional trauma, life trauma, there is no excuse. There is no justification. You understand? But still, let's be careful with how far we judge and castigate and berate and bully and insult the parents. Let's just keep it on the surface, like I said, because we were not there. This is her side of the story from her perspective. And as a child, no child deserves this. So very right for her to say, okay, you know what, I want to talk about it now. But if you want to insult 100, let us keep it at 50, because we have heard from her. We have not heard from her mother. And the fact that it was only her, she still maybe needs to tell us, you understand, the level of things she did that warranted the amount of torture they gave her. You understand? Maybe she will do part 3. But let's watch part 2 first. Maybe she would give some examples of the things she did, you know?
Yes, everybody receives their own for punishment once in a while, but none of them did she never used kerosene or tabashi or bell pepper or Cameroon pepper on any of them except me. Yeah. And as an adult now, I think about these things once in a while, and I still ask why. There was one time I called her, I think a few months ago. I just woke up, I started remembering my childhood, and I was crying profusely. I picked up my phone and I called her. I said, I reminded her.
Someone says, sorry to hear that you have been through that. To be honest, when I listened to some of the things she said, I saw braveness in her. Me, I'm not going to lie. Like, this must have been tough. This is a rough childhood. This is just abuse, knowing that you're being abused by your parents. And that would also make you feel like these people don't love me. So growing up, with the feeling of you're not loved, and then having to go through physical pain, and then growing up into the person that she is now. I think that is commendable. If, look, I don't know her too well, so I might be judging her too good. Maybe if I knew some of the bad things that she has done, things that have gone viral, maybe I would be able to judge her that, because you're a bad person. But the little that I know of her, I don't know her too well. I don't watch her that much, but the little I've seen of her, she seems, or she strikes me as a positive person, a jovial, happy person, always smiling. And that's one of the reasons I just felt like you are strong. Despite all these things that you listed that you went through, how are you still able to have a positive outlook on life? How did you not just become a nasty person? We have seen people on this social media, also content creators, that have told us their stories like this. The same way Angela sat down. Somebody like Nancy Ume. Nancy Ume sat down just the same way Angela sat down on the floor. Is it therapeutic when people sit on the floor and narrate deep childhood stories? I don't know. Maybe it is. But the same image I have in front of me. Nancy Ume sat down and she narrated the abuse she endured in the hands of her father. That even when men sexually assaulted them, their father didn't protect them. Their father blamed them, for example. She narrated the story. But we have seen the kind of people these people have become, targeting bloggers, going after people. You see how vile they become. And that's why they say damaged people go about damaging people. Because damage is all they know. They don't know too much love like that. So it surprises me a bit that, all these things that this lady listed that she went through, she didn't become a vile, bitter, loveless person. She's actually kind-hearted.
I picked up my phone and I called.
Kind-hearted from, some of the things that I have maybe seen or heard, and, helping people. Yeah, I'm like, how was she able to, how do you say that? Like, to give it a place. How was she able to process the trauma, to be able to, I don't think she fully separated the trauma from who she is. She still carries it. You can see that it's still part of her. But how has she been able to suppress the bitterness and the anger?
I picked up my phone.
There are some people, because of what they've gone through, they're just angry every day. Because of what they've gone through in their past, they are just angry at everybody, angry at life. They become aggressive. And they need to go through therapy to understand and heal. But I don't know if she has gone through therapy, but I don't think so. I don't think she has. I don't think she has fully healed. So honestly, the Lord is her strength. She's brave. It's not easy, but kudos to her that despite all of this,
I picked up my phone and
despite all of this, she's still, who she is.
I said, I reminded her of someone. I said, Mommy, why did you do all those things to me? Why? Do you know that you damaged me? You did a lot of damage to my life. And she said something, and she said, that she was ignorant, that I should let all these things go, and she be God has blessed me. In her words, leave all this thing as bygone. I was ignorant. I didn't know what I was doing. That was how I thought I was training children and my child well to be a better person then.
So what do you guys think the mother should do? I don't think that's enough. I don't think that I'm sorry now, forget it is past. I don't think it's enough. I think it's just brushing it off. Like, okay, now you don't get money now. You don't happy now. Your life is okay now. Leave it now. Let's move on now. I don't think that's enough. What do you guys think the mother should do to show that truly she's sorry, or to maybe ease some of this trauma? I don't know if it will ever go away, but at least to still relieve her of some of this weight. Me, I don't think, because she initiated that phone call to her mom. She initiated it. She called the mom to say, Mom, this and this and this. But the moment the mom now has sensed that this thing is affecting my daughter, even as an adult, a married woman, her mother is supposed to take an extra step. It shouldn't be Angela now looking for how to heal. It is the mother that still has the duty. Because whether Angela clocks 60 she's still the baby of that woman. So that woman, if she loves Angela, no matter how old Angela is, she should still be looking for a way to help her daughter heal. She should still be having conversations. She should be initiating conversations, talking to her daughter, begging her daughter, apologizing to her daughter, explaining to her daughter, like occasionally helping her daughter, finding ways to help her daughter heal. Not just wave it aside, leave it, nah, it don't pass, nah. No. Because that would just make me almost believe she doesn't even realize yet that, she has damaged her daughter. And she doesn't even take it like a big deal like that, which would be unfair if she hasn't really sat down to realize, oh my God, I went too far. Let me call my daughter. Let me talk with her. Let me invite her to come to Nigeria for a healing crusade. Just me and her. Mothers, they have a lot of duties and responsibilities. It's not just, my daughter don't get money. My daughter, that business. Yeah. No. And some mothers, they do all these things, they get away with it. Mothers need to start to realize, and I don't know if she's a social media person, I mean Angela's mother, that she learns, she watches what people have to say about this. And trust me, it's not going to help to say, okay, I'm going to insult that woman, useless woman, wicked woman. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Rather, give her advice on what to do as a mother. It's not too late. At least she's alive. That's even the plus side of this whole story. What if she wasn't alive? Angela would not have closure. But now that the mother is alive, there is still that opportunity for her mother to make amends. Otherwise, Angela would just be there, oh, my mother, what she did, how I wish she was still here to maybe just tell me something to make me feel a bit better. But now her mother is still here. Her mother is still here, which is a very good position to be in. Her mother is still here. The chance is still there for them to make amends, for the mother to make amends. So that's what I think social media people need to do, because we are always too quick to look for the hero and to look for the villain. Which one we want bully first? Which one we want insult first? It's very easy to do because it's social media. Everybody wants to be emotional. But you were not there when it happened. So take them easy. The best thing we can do, we can talk when, it looks like wickedness. Yeah. So if people say she's wicked, there is no problem with it. Yeah. But what would help more than all those words and insults would be solid, practical advice, measures and steps that the mother can take, what Angela herself can do on her own, what her husband can do. You understand? Those are the things that are needed now on social media. Let me continue to
Get about these things now. You're not supposed to be remembering them. God has blessed you.
What an insult. That's insult upon injury. God has blessed you. You're not supposed to be talking about this and forget it. It doesn't work like that. Everything we do in this life, atonement, retribution, you have to make amends. You can't just wave it behind you. Because she's a human being. She went through it and she deserves healing and closure. If you love your daughter, you'll be active about seeing that she's happy, she's healed, she has reconciled fully. She's a complete woman. Because now Angela is not complete, if you ask me. I mean, materially, maybe she has everything, she can afford everything, but as a person, as a woman, as a human, a part of her childhood was just not normal. So her mother has lots of work to do, even more work to do than Angela. Because what can Angela do for herself? Therapy. But the mother, that one is a long process for the mother. If she's willing, if she loves her daughter, there's so much she should do.
The phone, you see? So I kept thinking again. I continued to cry because I look at my sisters, no scars. I look at my brothers, no scars. And I'm asking, I'm doing this video today not to talk bad about my mother or like blame her or anything. I just want to understand if.
Let me see. Someone says, I can't imagine what she did that was so bad that prompted the parents to torture her in this way. That's what I'm really hoping, that maybe during the course of these videos that I'm going to play, that she can give us at least some examples. You understand? I'm really hoping for that.
There are other children, as at that time, that went through what I went through. And please, this is not about my mother, because a lot of you, if you want to judge me, judge me. Judge me, call me names, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Do you understand? Because this is about me. It's about me. If you won't believe that up to today, I am still traumatized. Up to today, if I see my mom, I have to pretend to be okay around her. I still have jitters, I still have triggers, I still have fear. I am still scared of her. Do you understand? Like I don't know how people can stay with their mom for like 1 week, 1 month. So I can't 3 days like this. I'll start being scared. I'll start having nightmares. I'll start, because of all the child traumas. There is even one that I've not mustered the courage to share. If I share that one, like a lot of people have, you have to get tissues. You have to carry your buckets, because a lot of tears will happen that day. So the major reason of doing this video is I just want to know if it was exclusive to me, because all these things did not happen to my siblings. I remember one that after they finished torturing me, they left me naked on the ground.
Wow.
Till the very next day, no food, no water. I sleep.
I don't even think criminals go through this one. Okay, with jungle justice in Nigeria, crazy things happen, but criminals in, for example, prisons, I don't think. This one heavy. Hey, huh?
Slept on the floor, still binded, my hands, my leg, everywhere was swollen. My eyes were swollen, my jaw, my neck, my head was swollen. I had cuts, I was bleeding. And guess what? At the middle of the night, I started seeing my period. I was lying on my period till the next day, till my mother was satisfied for me to be untied and go to clean my body. My body started peeling because of the kerosene and the pepper. My eyes, I had red eyes for days. I just want to know if other people experience this thing. I have a lot of experiences. I have so many. I have the anxiety disorder that I have till today came from my childhood trauma. A lot of issues I have mentally from them. A lot of physical, like, avoidance issue that I have started from my childhood. I didn't have a normal childhood. I didn't grow up in a loving family. I grew up in a very dysfunctional family, right? I didn't know we were not taught sibling love. We were not taught love. Do you get any kind of love you see me show now is the one I learned as I grew as an adult and from my husband. Do you get? So please, you can, after judge me, call me name, say whatever you want to say. Just tell me, please. Did any of you get this level of torture in the name of punishment? Did you get bathed in kerosene, hash pepper? The pepper has episodes, but I've not gotten the courage to share deeper ones. So this is just the surface. This is like the tip of an iceberg. So let me know in the comment section, please. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Okay, so asking now whether people have gone through it. The first thing that came to my mind was, why is that the question? What does she want to do with the answer? But later, you know me, I'm easy when it comes to, if you've not walked in those shoes, be careful how you judge. Then later I thought about it, that maybe she wants to find out if what she went through was normal within an average Nigerian home in her time growing up. You know, maybe it could also help her heal. If, for example, 70% of the commenters tell her that, yeah, we also went through it. Oh, hey, they poured me diesel. Your own was kerosene. My own, yeah, crude oil. Hey, maybe it would make her feel like, oh, okay. So, okay. It might help. you know. So because sometimes these things are deep, you see, emotional psychological trauma is deeper than meets the eye. Things that are normal to us that will be like, what kind of question is that? Is that what you should be asking? You know, what do you want to do with whether people went through it? Will it change the past? But again, if you've not gone through it, me, I didn't go through it too. I don't know what I cannot advise because I don't know it. I don't know it. That your body will become what they will use to teach you a lesson. What me I learned was talking, more teaching, more cautioning, more, in fact, even yelling. Hey, when they shout for your head, when they open eye for you, that kind. In fact, you don't even want to look at the eyes. Let's start from there, you know. But that physical torture, no. Otherwise, I would just break. Because me also, I was very skinny. I could just break into pieces. But anyways, so yeah, I'm just trying to like balance. It's easy to judge, but it's also not easy to judge when you don't know how it feels. What you've not really been there. So let me play part 2. Oh, that was not too long. Part 1 was not too long.
My parents did.
Let's go to part 2. Let me search for it. I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken.
This is something that I've not shared before. Yeah, I've not made it public ever. I've not told anybody. The only two people that knows this, my mother and my husband. Yeah, how I lost my virginity.
Hey.
My mother took the virginity from me.
Hey.
And this is what happened. But before I explain what happened,
this one is hot though. In other words, her mother disvirgined her. We're going to find out how. Hey, don't tell me that the mother was tampering with that, please, down below. Hey, and let me read the caption. The caption says, "The most traumatic way I lost my VJJ in the hands of my mother. I am only trying to heal from this. Jesus Christ of Nazareth." Okay, this one is extreme. You know, the beating and the kerosene and pepper is bad, very bad. But you see that VVV Honda, how did they enter there? How did they get there? That one is another level of, it's time for you to buy. Hey, let's listen. So this is the part 2. I've not fully listened to the whole thing. So let's just hear what this is about.
I tell this story, yeah. I don't care if you judge me or not. I know a lot of you will start saying, she's your mother, no matter what. She carried you for 9 months. If she hated you, she would have removed you.
And that's another thing. People can easily make this excuse, you know, on behalf of the mother, which is understandable. Your mother is old, consider her. But in this life, you will be considering other people. You will be buying in silence. Everybody has their lives to live. Her mother has lived her life. And part of the life that her mother lived was destroying her. So she cannot be protecting her mother while she is being destroyed. Yes, that's the mother, but she is also the child of the mother. So I don't believe in, that's your mother, just leave. No. You have to also think of yourself as a person. The way your mother deserves protection as your mother, that's the same way you as an individual also deserve protection for your own life, because the mother will look after herself and look out for herself. She did what she needed to do. Angela should do what she needs to do, because Angela also needs to be sane for her children. So if Angela sacrifices her own emotional well-being just for her mother, who is going to be there for her children? So her children will also suffer because of her mother. No, let everybody take care of themselves. Let her mother do the needful. Take care of herself. Let Angela take care of herself if this is what Angela needs. Again, I think this thing, this story, this whole thing, everybody can learn from it. How we see issues. And our cultural background also plays an immense role in how we judge matters. Because when you hear, oh, that's your mother, it sounds immediately, African culture, not only African culture, but like here abroad, they'll be like, no, if she did you wrong, she did you wrong. But when you're African, that deep family value of that's your mother, even if you're being damaged That's your mother. I think people should eradicate that because it's destroying lives. The mother did what was wrong, and we won't say because that's the mother, then we should all keep quiet. No. Mm-mm. Otherwise, the world will be damaging and damaging in the name of that's your mother. There are so many mothers in the world. That's not an excuse.
Oh, my dear, this is something that I've not shared before.
No, wait, let me fast
I've
forward
not
it.
made it. Because everybody's thinking now that we are old, everybody's saying, don't share your story, don't talk. Can't even scold my daughter even when she's wrong. Every time I try to scold her, she's your mother. No matter what, she carried you for 9 months. If she hated you, she would have removed you. I wish she actually removed me then because what I went through, I don't understand. And up to today, I don't still understand. So if you want to judge me, judge me. I have daughters, I have children that I don't even know. I need to train them right. I don't want to end up like my mother. I don't want to do to them what my mother did to me. Do you understand? I can't even scold my daughter even when she's wrong. Every time I try to scold her, I have this fear. I have this anxiety. If I spank her, I have to go and beg her. I have to tell her, I'm sorry, give me a hug, because I don't want to be like my mother. So if you want to judge me, please, by all means, go ahead and judge me. I don't care. Call me names, because everybody's thinking now that we are old. Everybody's saying, don't share your story, don't talk. You hurt your mother. How will she feel? How will the community see her? This and that. What of the daughter? What of me? What of that inner child that wants to heal? You don't understand. Okay, let me tell you the story. So growing up, I've always liked boys. No doubt. I've always liked boys. I never liked the company of girls. I've always wanted to be around boys. I just don't know. But I've always wanted to be around boys. And us millennials, growing up back then, you realize that, you remember that whenever you are always navigating toward boys, your mother will automatically think that they will impregnate you. I had to buy a female bouquet. Buta female, buta female, boom. Those kind of things. And then, even at that, a lot of people still got pregnant at that period. But so, they were getting reports about me that I was always doing boys, I was always visiting boys, I was always, and quite alright. I had one male friend then, my age mate. He had sisters too, they were the same age grade with me. So sometimes they'll send me on an errand, I'll branch to their house. I was 14. I was 14. Yeah. So one time, she heard the reports. I think from one of my siblings that I had gone there, and then when I came back, she asked me what the boy and I did. And I explained to her, see what we did. We were just watching television and we were just nothing else. We were talking, watching. She said it's not true that the boy touched. I said no. The next thing, the woozing slapped me. I said nothing. And then I was trying to wage when she tries to hit me, I will wage it. So she started holding her hand. She said, you are fighting me. Oh my God, so you have grown to the age of let your father come back. I will tell I started thinking, what did I do? Then when my father came back, I don't know what she told my father. She escalated the whole thing. Told my father that I had slept with the boy, this and that. I had not. I did not do anything with the boy. The next thing, both of them, my father was...
Someone says, why does she feel she needs to heal on social media? Which is a very good question. Why? That's a good question. Why did she decide to come and heal or to come and look for healing on social media? I don't know. Maybe this is like her outlet. Social media has been part of her life for years. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to kind of like think out from within her, if I can try at least. When something has become part of your life, it almost becomes your community, it almost becomes like your family or your friends, something you are used to, somewhere you feel safe. So when you need healing, that's almost like the first place you go to. It's just like people who go to church, people who are devoted. You see them in church every day, 5 days a week they're in church. If they need healing, they will go and look for healing in church. They will go and confide in a pastor. Right? For example, if you work and you work 12, 16 hours a day and you are at work 5, 6 days a week and you have a good connection with your colleagues, if you need healing, trust me, that is where you go and look for healing. Like you just go and look for all those colleagues that are really close to you. You talk to them because you feel safe there. So it might be that, social media, because right now she's estranged from her family. They might still be in good terms, they talk, they greet, but there is a breach, there is a disconnect, yeah? But social media is a place you can come every day, anytime she wants. She pops in, she has friends, she has lovers, good vibes, you know. So maybe, I don't know, maybe she would have a better answer. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not trying to be her mouthpiece, but I'm just trying to imagine why somebody would bring it to social media, which again, it's a very good question. Maybe because she doesn't have family. Physically, she has family, but connection wise, maybe she doesn't have families. Me, it's difficult, for example, for me to bring things about me or my family on social media. Why? Because I have a family. I have close friends. I have family members that I can confide in. My in-laws, even my in-laws, I can confide in them. So for me to now bypass the people that I'm connected with in real life and now come to social media. The day I come to social media to narrate anything, just know that blessing. Either blessing is joking, or there has to be a reason. I mean, not like I want to come and debunk something. That's not what I'm saying. If you need to debunk, for example, but for me to now wake up and say, guys, I want to explain to you, and then why? If I'm looking for healing, social media is the last place, like the last place, because I would have bypassed so many levels of, relationships before social media will become my place. So for me, I think everybody is not the same. I'm not Angela. So maybe if I had to look at myself, I would say, Angela, why are you bringing this to social media? But that would be me judging her based on who I am. You understand? So yeah, for me also, social media is not the place to get healing, but it could be a community where you can start from, and then maybe you'll get your advice on what to do. But I think she knows what to do. Again, let's continue to listen. Maybe we will hear from her why she's doing this on social media.
With the boy, the next thing, both of them. My father was, if you see the punch, the kind of, like, you cannot give a 14-year-old child that kind of. This was my upper cord, everything. Then I fell backwards. I couldn't hold myself.
Doesn't this sound familiar with Cora's story? Remember, Cora also narrated how her father punched her stomach, punched her to the ground. The moment she was on the floor, he continued to kick her down on the floor like an armed robber. Remember the story? It's very similar. So it's terrible. People go through a lot in the hands of abusive parents. Jesus.
And next thing, I started trying to. I said, okay. She was pushing me to talk. I started thinking, because then I was reading a lot of news and bones, right? I hadn't had sex before, but I knew what it was about. I knew how they do it. So I started explaining to her. I told her, okay, the boy just told me to lie down. I lied, the boy now stayed on top of me. She said, the boy remove your pants. I said, no. She said, straight. I was okay, yes, remove my pants. And she told me to remove it as the boy did. I had to pull, because I was wearing a gown. So I had to pull off my gown, and I was wearing a dress, and I removed my pants. I said like this. She said, I spread your leg, and I pulled my leg. And then I tried to struggle. My father placed his leg on top of my chest. I couldn't move. And the next thing, she went into the kitchen. She brought same Cameroon pepper, mixed it with kerosene. So I was expecting.
Guys, I would have to rewind it a bit because I was gone for a minute.
Said no. She said straight. But okay, yes. Remove my upper cord, everything. Then I fell backwards. I couldn't hold myself. And the next thing, I started trying to. I said, okay. She was pushing me to talk. I started thinking, because then I was reading a lot of news and bones, right? I hadn't had sex before, but at least I knew what it was about. I knew how they do it. So I started explaining to her. I told her, okay,
News and boom. I think in those days, I think almost every teenager read that novel. It was, I think, a romantic. Hey, if you read that book as a teenager, that is where you will see the picture of love and life. Like, hey, fantasy, love, romance. Jesus. I don't even know if they still put out stories.
Just told me to lie down. I lied, the boy now stayed on top of me. She said, the boy remove your pants. I said, no. She said, straight. I was okay, yes, remove my pants. And she told me to remove it as the boy did. I had to pull, because I was wearing a gown. So I had to pull off my gown, and I was wearing a dress, and I removed my pants. I said like this. She said, I spread your leg, and I pulled my leg. And then I tried to struggle. My father placed his leg on top of my chest. I couldn't move. And the next thing, she went into the kitchen. She brought Same Cameroon pepper.
Hey,
Mixed
God.
it with kerosene. So I was breathing myself. I closed my eyes. I thought she was going to pour it on my face because I was already getting used to the kerosene on the nose, on the face. The next thing she did, prior to that, she was always putting pepper on my private, but on the surface, she had never gone deeper, always on the surface. So
Hey. Like, how does your mind even go there as a mother? Like, you just want to maybe beat your child now. What's the process? How will your mind tell you, okay, we are not beating the back, we are not beating the bum bum, we are not slapping the face, we are going in between the legs? How? Guys, you know that the setup of our DNAs, of our... I don't know. I don't think this is normal. We are all humans, but I think some people have some mutations that might have occurred inside their heads that would make them do abnormal things without even realizing that they are not okay. Trust me. If you maybe do like a scan of her brain, I mean her mom's brain, for example, and you put it beside the scan of a normal person's brain, you might actually see discrepancies. Honestly, I'm not saying this to that woman. I'm not. But there has to be, you cannot say no, she was just doing, no, possibly, because there has to be something in your brain that registers that this is okay, this is what I should do. Because how do you go from I'm going to beat you to I'm going to enter your pickles? How? I'm trying to go through that logical, you know me, I always like to think deep, but I'm not able to not really justify, like to help her explain, at least I was able to maybe explain why Angela came on social media to do this. But in this other case, I cannot. If you guys can help us play devil's advocate, like, okay, maybe the private part is, I don't know. This one is another level. I don't think there is any other kind of torture that is bigger or worse than this. I don't think so. This is deep. This is ha. Hey, God have mercy.
But I didn't expect it that day, so I was closing my mouth, and then she stood in between my leg and opened it, and then went on her knees. Like, she went on her knees. My father's leg was on my chest, holding me down, and then she took the pepper and the kerosene.
Hey.
And then she took it, I put her hand. I was screaming for her.
Hey, God. Hello?
Hello, Blessing.
Yes, sis.
Good day. How are you doing?
Good day to you. I'm fine.
It's been a minute. Yeah, no, you just asked a question on the live. I don't know if it's a good time to come in now, or did you want me to wait till the
No,
end?
you can just go ahead.
Okay. No, you were asking, like, why we think, like, the mom would do something like that. I want to talk because my experience may not have been as gruesome as hers, but I had a similar experience also growing up, with my parents. And, even up to today, if you see my body, I have a lot of scars from beatings. Like, every weekend, like, they'll buy, like, canes. Like, this, I don't know about you guys in Nigeria, but they'll go buy, like, they'll go to a carpenter's store and buy whips. And during that week, that whip must get broken on my body. I was the first child, so my parents believed that, if they got it right with me, then everything will be seamless with the rest of my siblings. So they were very strict on me and me alone. My siblings got a lot of pass with, but me, it was zero tolerance for nonsense. So, and my dad would beat me everywhere, anywhere on my body. It's not like you're beating on your hands. No, just anywhere the whip, you will see it will pass on my face, on my anywhere. And there was this one instance also where my dad really beat me up. My mom had gone to church. He beat me. He asked our house help to grind pepper, and
Ah.
he used the pepper and he put it on my private.
Hey.
So he didn't dip his hand inside. He put it in my armpits and in my private. Until my mom came back and she's like, wow. Because even my mom used to beat me a lot, but she would not put pepper in my body or stuff like that.
Okay.
But she was like, you want to kill the child or whatever, because he beat me, he left me on the floor. So, I mean,
okay, before you go on, sis, please, maybe you can help us with some questions we would actually have loved to ask Angela, but obviously we don't have that chance. Please, that moment where he put pepper on your private part, how did he get there? What were you wearing? Did you also take off your clothes?
He asked me to take off my clothes.
So why did you take off your clothes?
Because I cannot overpower my father, blessing. I cannot overpower my father. He said my father, I think he had anger issues when I look back. And you know what? Not like I'm making excuses for our parents, but when you know better, you do better. Like, I grew up, I knew better, and I chose that I wasn't going to act in the same way towards my own children now that I'm a mom as well. But then, back then, I believe that's what our parents knew. They didn't know any better. Their parents that's how their parents probably disciplined them, and they didn't know any better. So they felt like, because I've had this conversation with my father, even as I've grown older, my mom is of late, even before she passed, I had a conversation with her, just trying to understand their thought process, like why, because my dad, at one point, he's like, well, look at how you guys all turned out good. I'm like, so you feel like because you disciplined us that way, that's why we turned out this way? I'm like, no. But he's like, he's sorry, but that's what he knew then.
Did you feel like his sorry was genuine?
Yes. Because the way it's also how I approached him. You know, he said he's because I'm like that. When I look back at this, it was very traumatic. It was a very traumatic experience, and I felt like it created like a distance between me and my parents. I was never as close to my family as I used to see my other friends. Like whenever I went away for school, I'll always be the last person to go back home. Everybody will go back home. My mom will be calling, oh, I've been told that school is over. What are you still doing? Just because I didn't have that close bond. Because, like, I don't know. I just felt like my parents hated me. They didn't like me. But you know what? Being a parent now, today, I know that there's no way that you can bear a child and hate that child. You know what I mean? So I try to look at it from both instances. Not like I'm just justifying their actions because it just has no place in our society. But I'm also giving them grace. It's like ignorance, because even the Bible says that in the days of ignorance, God winked his eyes. Like when you don't know, it's different when you know something and you're doing it than when you don't know. Because as a parent, honestly, best, and I believe you're a parent also, you have two children. There's no way that you will hate on your child or want to hurt your child. So whatever you're doing it from a place of love, even though it may not be the best thing, but in your own mind, you think that, oh, this is how I'm helping my child to be better.
Okay.
That's, and I had this conversation with my parents. So when you ask that, why would they do things like that? And that's why I'm saying that in their mind, that's their own best way. Okay, if they feel that you're being sexually active at your age or whatever, you're doing stuff, so they will be like, okay, if I put pepper in this place, next time when you go there, you remember the pain of this pepper there. You will not even think of wanting to go. That's their thought process. That's how they are thinking it. But you know what? Everybody has their story. I have an issue with, this is me, it's my opinion. I'm not judging Angela or whatever. I have my story. And social media, I just believe that there's a lot of good and bad on social media. But the monetization of social media has done a lot of evil in our society. Because, blessing, I bet you, if social media was not paying, there's no way Angela would come and tell this story online if she was not going to make money from it. Do you know how I healed myself? I had a conversation with my parents. I went to a therapist. I spoke to a therapist. Social media, like, is it us, the online people, who are going to help Angela heal from whatever she's trying to heal?
But talking helps. Talking helps.
You know, talking helps, but not talking on social media to people you don't know. Because I have gone and talked to a therapist, and I got my healing through that. I talked to my siblings. and they remember, they recall. I have conversations with them. I share sometimes with my friends. When they're talking, I'm like, wow. When they're sharing their experience, I'm like, wait until you hear my own story. To make them realize that yours was, not like I'm undermining their story, but I'm trying to tell them that, you know what, mine was even worse.
Okay, for how long? For how long did you go through therapy?
Myself, I went through therapy for about 2 years, and
Whoa.
it's been like, therapy is not something you do. It's not like every day, right? So I would see my therapist like once every 3 months, kind of thing. That's how I would talk to my therapy, not just about my parents' issue. I believe strongly in therapy. In other things that I'm struggling with, I would see a therapist because I'm genuinely seeking help. I'm not looking for social media validation. I'm not looking for. I'm genuinely seeking help, and I'm going to a professional to help me. So help me. I mean, we are talking about it now, enlightening. Maybe other people maybe have gone through. I'm pretty sure people of our generation, a lot of them went through this because back then that's how our parents knew how to discipline. A lot of our parents knew how to discipline their children. But my thing is, if you genuinely need help, blessing, it's not me coming to talk on social media. And I'm sorry, I'm not judging her, it's her story. But if social media was not paying, she would not come and tell this story. Because honestly, what are we supposed to take that story and do with it now?
So that you know her better. You know her better.
But okay, and then I know she is an online person. I am not. But if I don't need to come and give you the graphics or the details. I know people have been saying, why about your family? You don't talk about your family. You don't help your family. You don't do this. I don't really follow her that much. But I don't owe you anything. And I know her. I know Angela is very strategic. She's a very smart girl. She's very strategic. She doesn't do anything for nothing. That I know about her.
Okay.
So the fact that she is coming to talk, she could have told people, okay, she has said it, she has always said it, I'm not close to my family. I am not close to my family. That's enough. There were so many things that happened in my childhood that caused my family and I to be estranged, and that's how it's enough. To me, honestly, it's putting her mom out there for dragging. People swear, cursing her mom. People saying things, all kinds of things about. It's not even like her mom is not. Her mom is still alive. And in as much, two wrongs don't make it right. I'm not justifying what her mom did. Don't get me wrong, because like I'm saying, I went through the same thing. But I don't see myself, like even if my mom was still alive, having one day to come out and be sharing some intimate family things with people, unknown strangers online. How are they going to help me is my question. I'm seeking genuine help. And to me, it's not seeking help anymore because we are not going to help her. Angela has money. If she needs help, there are specialists. Go to the people who will help you. Don't come to social media because it's either she's looking for traction because, I don't know, she's looking for traction on her page because probably it's not doing as much well as it used to do. So she's looking for engagement. It's social, I don't know, because how are we going to help her, blessing? Please tell me, maybe I'm missing something. How are these online strangers going to help if she's trying to look for help with her trauma, with the traumatic experience she went through? She's missing the point. Go seek for therapy. Go seek for therapy. Like now, I can truly tell you that, I mean, you don't forget experiences. But I talk about my dad, about these things, and I laugh now because I feel like I've healed from it. Before, if I were telling you this story, I would start crying. But now I can talk about it without crying, without weeping, because I think I've really sought for help. And I've been made to understand that, okay, it was not because my parents disliked me, they hated me. It was from a place of ignorance. It was from a place of ignorance, and now they know better. And, true, they don't have any more young children, but they will do better if they had the opportunity to do it all over again.
Okay.
So,
before, one more question I would like to ask you. Can you give us an example of what you did? Like the worst thing you did to your dad or your mom that warranted this level of torture? The worst thing.
Okay, so first of all, everything in our household, like I said, I was the first child and I was supposed to be the example. So there was zero tolerance for nonsense. I mean, zero tolerance. So, for example, we had a store we had a store close to the house. So after school, they'll ask me to go be in the store so that the person who was there could take a break or something. And okay, bear in mind, I'm a child in elementary school, so I'm like probably 12 and under. You take a child of that age, you put in the store. There are candy in the store, there are things, I'll eat it. So they'll beat me for stealing. Oh, you are stealing, I'll be beaten for that. My parents, like, we grew up in a French-speaking zone of the area that we're going in, and the French people can be very combative in nature. My dad did not like to be arguing or quarreling with other parents, and being a young child, we would always want to go and play with other children in the neighborhood. That's something that is normal for a child to do. But according to my parents, I was very stubborn. I wasn't listening. I would leave and go. The day that I got beaten by my dad, it happened just once, and he put pepper on my body.
Yeah, what did you do on that day?
I had gone to play with the neighbors. So usually what will happen is when we are playing, and we see our dad's car, we'll see his car coming from afar, we'll run and enter the house so he will not know we're not way out. On this particular day, I did not see him coming back, so I came back after him. So he's like, I disobeyed him. He has said we shouldn't go play with neighbors. But then that's what I'm saying, that us parents too, as parents too, sometimes we should be realistic. There are just certain things that children will always be children. Children will do what children do. You get what I mean? Like the fact that I went to play with other children, true, you have told me that I should not go and play with other children, but I did it. So it means I'm a very stubborn child, and you beat me to that extent. Honestly, that punishment does not validate what I did, especially given that I was just doing what every other child would do. You see, so those were some of the things that my parents would beat me for. Those were some of the things that they'll beat me for.
Wow. Yeah.
But still again, I go back, honestly, that blessing. There is nothing that Angela can tell me. She's not seeking for help. Because it's not you and I who help Angela. Angela, I don't know if she lives in Dubai or whatever. I believe there are therapists there, there are professionals there who can help her. All this is for social media engagement, is for money, because if social media was not paying, she would not be here telling us this story. I'm sorry. I empathize with what she went through because I went through the same thing. But I'm sorry. No. I don't want to. Don't come telling me because I cannot help you. I'm going to say, hey, no, sorry, oh my dear, sorry.
But as a content creator that shares her life, don't you think she doesn't want to keep secrets from her lovers? She just wants to share that part of her life that people don't know.
Oh, okay. So why today? Is this something that happened today? Why is she telling us today?
There has to be one. Yeah, there has to be a day. There has to be a day.
Yeah, and it's all for engagement. Her page is not doing as well as he used to do. And that's one thing that it defeats the whole purpose. Some of these stories, like if you're looking for healing, or if you're looking for advice, if you're looking for different things, there's a reason why we talk about KO most of the times here. There's a reason for everything that they do here. Even though sometimes it turns back and haunts them. Like when her big nose sister came and was sharing about their experience growing up. Maybe she was looking for empathy at that time. Now she probably regrets why she ever did that. She regrets why she ever did that. Because, and as content creators, and same thing like Angela, she tells you what she wants you to know. She paints a narrative that she wants you to have. She paints a narrative she wants you to have. And at the end of the day, it's content. I'm not going to say what she's doing here is content, because I know these are things that could have happened in real life.
Yes.
But she could also paint a different narrative of a story for content. My thing is, a story like this, a very traumatic story like this, go and seek help, because she's still hurting. She's still very emotional about this story. So go and seek help. Then when you have healed, Maybe you have learned 1 or 2 strategies. Then you come now, you share with your audience. This is what I went through. This is how I was able to overcome it. This is like I'm telling you some of the things that I did. How my therapist made me to understand maybe the mindset of my parents at that time. Helped me to understand that she doesn't think that my parents hated me, because she asked me a couple of questions about how my upbringing, my parents, sending me abroad to study, paid for it, cash, and things. She's like, no, there's no way a parent would have hated you and done all this. So my therapist, these were some of the strategies that helped me. Then I released my parents from from my heart, and then I started opening up, sharing my personal life with my mom now and my parents and things like that. That's what you do. You don't come online when you're still hurting. And then how am I supposed to help you, for crying out loud? How am I supposed to help you?
Someone says in the comments, Angela will do anything for coins. However,
all these content creators, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I totally agree with what this person is saying, because I'm telling you again, Blessing, if there was no money on social media, she will not be telling us this story. She will not. And like I said, she's still hurting unless she's acting. I want to believe that if it's something that truly happened, she's still hurting.
Yes.
Go seek help, heal yourself, then come and teach your audience how they can overcome these things. Or ask, okay, no, I'm sorry. Because she's coming out and triggering a lot of people. The people have gone, it's triggering a lot of people. And you're not even offering them a solution. We are not therapists, for crying out loud. What are we supposed to do with this story? I'm glad you touched on it, because I was going to ask you, I'm like, did you listen to her? Like, are you going to talk on this? Because I'm not going to say it triggered me, because like I said, I feel like I've really healed from it. But it just brought back all those really bad memories for me. Things that I just want to be in my past. I don't want to be reviving them again.
Okay, one or two more things I would like to ask you. Number one, what do you think Angela's mom can still do or should still do with regards to her relationship with Angela, or help Angela?
Okay, so it's first of all her having a conversation with her. Like my mom actually cried when I told her about this, because my mom cried. I'm glad I had this conversation with her before she passed. She cried. My mom went on her knees. She's like, please forgive me. And it's the way also, like they say, communication is very important. I didn't go like I was attacking her, because even though she was wrong, I could have attacked somebody, because generally in life, if anybody feels attacked, what do? They defend themselves. That is it. So you have, even though that person is wrong, you have to be very, especially if it's something that you really want to have, like really a very cordial relationship, a healing conversation, that something healing will come out of it. You don't go and attack them. Oh, my life is messed up now because of this. Or, no. You're like, mommy, you explain. I told my mom, I'm like, you know what? First of all, I showed her my body. How did it even happen? I was going up the stairs. I was wearing a skirt. I was going up the stairs. She was walking behind me. And then there's this car behind my leg. And then she said, wow, what kind of big scar is that behind my leg? That's what my mom said. And that particular scar was from a beating from her. So it just triggered me. I just got really sad. And then I got sad. She just noticed my change there was somebody else with us. So I didn't want to really say anything, And I didn't want to say anything at that point in time. So I waited when we got home later that evening. I went back to it. I'm like, mommy, so you don't remember this car? Hey, then that's how we started. And then I then uncovered so many things. And then she then realized that, wow, no wonder she has always felt like I was very distant from her compared to her other children. We had those conversations. But then again, like now with Angela's mom, I don't know if she's on social media, because as a mom too, on social media, seeing her daughter exposing her like this also, or maybe people who know her may go and start. You just don't know the kind of thing that you have opened now.
Then her mother would start going through new trauma now.
Exactly. Not like I'm justifying her action. But I just feel like the approach, who am I to tell you the best approach? But I'm just saying, based on the approach that I had taken and sought healing. At the time I talked to my mom, I had not sought healing. It's after that conversation with my mom, and I cried. I was still bitter, even though she asked for forgiveness. I was still holding her in my hand. I had to go seek for therapy to release her.
Okay, let me add something. Because you said that conversation with her was the pathway, more or less, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't you think this conversation Angela is having with social media could be the beginning? Just, you had a private conversation, but maybe this is another route she's taking. Maybe this would be the beginning. So at the end of the day, the end result, like the goal is common, to get healing, but you people are taking different routes.
But blessing, I'm going to be honest with you, right? If I were Angela's mom, right? If I were Angela's mom, I know that I'm wrong. But then, first of all, my child has gone out. Everybody now in the village or wherever her mom lives will look at this woman and say, I don't know if you would put her, because she herself now has to go through her own healing process before she can actually sit down to have a conversation with her daughter. Because everybody in the village now, or wherever she lives, or where she does, or even she doesn't live, every time people see her, they'll be like, that's an evil woman. That woman who did this to her child. That woman who did this. It's not between her and Angela now. It's between her and the world. You know what I mean? It's different now. At least this was a private conversation between me and my mom. My mom did not have to answer to 1,000 other people why she did what she did to me. You get the drift. And that's my only concern for bringing it online when you have not, it could be that kind of situation where you have had conversations with your mom. You're like, okay, mommy, let's use this as an opportunity to teach other parents who are doing these things. You can share your thought process why you were doing what you are doing, and then maybe caution other parents so that they don't go your own route. These are the dangers. This is what you can cause. That way it's different. But the way she's vilifying her mother right now, which her mom was a villain, no doubt. She was. But to me, honestly, this is my opinion, and based on my story. Like I said, I can relate because I went through a similar experience. Honestly, if she was my friend and she had talked to me, I wouldn't have advised her to go this route. Because it's like it shuts all doors to every reconciliation. Because like I said, it shuts, even if her mom reconciles with her, the next moment she goes and somebody attacks her, she remembers again, she gets bitter with her child again. That's me though. But hey, I'm not Angela. These social content creators, sometimes whatever they do just never makes sense to me. And yeah, but it's what it is. I just really pray that she finds healing, whether she's looking, if she's truly seeking for healing, I pray she finds healing. I pray that, she's able to make peace with her mom before her mom passes on. However it has to be. I just pray that, whatever it is that she's looking for, she can find it.
Yes, amen. Wow, that's a good advice. Thank you so much for even sharing with us, giving us, I think, more insight, because some of these things we know that they can be true, like you said, but like to really kind of just understand, like, okay, hearing from someone who also experienced it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, and hopefully Angela can pick one or two things from what you said, in regards to how to go about it directly with her mom, between them, and also healing.
And that's what we want at the end of the day, because if you have been abused, like you can't give what you don't have. I'm pretty sure her mom was abused. So you pass on the abuse. You keep on passing the abuse in different ways. Keto was abused. She's abusing her children in different ways. And if we are not careful, if her children are going to abuse their children until they know better. I know what I went through, and I never wanted anybody to go through. And I chose to learn more about, disciplining children, and I have different ways that I discipline my kids. But like I said, I'm just hoping for the best for her and her family.
Amen. Thank you so much.
All right, my dear.
All right,
take care now. Bye-bye.
Me, I don't think I would be able to do that to anybody, because it's like, but I don't know how people are able to do it to other people when they've been through it. Because like the caller said, she went through it and she didn't want her children to go through it. So sometimes it's like, okay, the parents that do it to their children, they know how it felt in their time. The pain, did they enjoy it? So why would you give birth to children and then pass on that same pain to your own children? It's double, but deep. Okay, let's listen to the last part. Oh wait, oh okay, let's listen to the last part of part 2. Let me quickly grab it.
This is something that I've not.
I think it's
Good thing told my father that I had slept with the boy, this and that. I had not. I did not do anything with the boy. The next thing, both of them. My father was, if you see the punch, the kind of like you cannot give a 14-year-old child that kind of. It was all my upper court, everything. Then I fell backwards. I couldn't hold myself. And the next thing I started trying to. I said, okay. She was pushing me to talk. I started thinking because then I was reading a lot of News and Bones, right? I hadn't had sex before, but at least I knew.
I think we listened to this one. Let me see.
I was screaming. Move my pants. I said like this. She said, I spread your leg. I put my leg. And then I tried to struggle. My father placed his leg on top of my chest. I couldn't move. And the next thing she went into the kitchen.
Wow.
She brought same Cameroon pepper, mixed it with kerosene. So I was breathing myself. I closed my eyes. I thought she was going to pour it on my face because I was already getting used to the kerosene on the nose and the face. The next thing she did prior to that, she was always putting pepper on my private, but on the surface, she had never gone deeper, always on the surface. So, but I didn't expect it that day. So I was closing my mouth, and then she stood in between my leg and opened it, and then went on her knees. Like she went on her knees. My father's leg was on my chest, holding me down, and then she took the pepper and the kerosene. And
God.
then she took it, I put her hand. I was screaming for help. I was screaming. I looked up. I saw my other sister standing, like folding her hands, standing and looking at me. My siblings all gathered. And they were staring at me. My mom put salt in, and she was put a straight feeling pain. And then she went stiff and she broke my hymen.
Hey.
She broke my hymen and she put her hands like she's inserted her hands so deep into my vagina.
Jesus. I've not watched this part. Oh God. Hey. I'm speechless. I've not even watched a movie like this. I've not watched a movie. We've seen videos on social media of parents abusing and beating up their children badly. You see the head will be swollen, face swollen, mouth swollen. But this one, hey. Hey, God.
Into my vagina.
Hey.
And then the pain made me numb.
Hey.
The pain, all the blood, all the things on my face, I wasn't feeling those ones. I started feeling. It was so painful that I only heard my younger brother, my immediate younger brother. I still remember his voice when he said, people wanna life this girl, oh, it's too much. People wanna life her.
This is too much now. Hey. And you know that place is very sensitive. You know that place down below, it's already like an open wound. You already know that. Hey, man, this girl is strong. I will not lie. Jesus. This one is not even, they beat me. They kicked me on the floor. They were punching my stomach and kicking me on the floor like an armed robber. This one is not that type. Hey, I don't know if this is the worst thing that I've heard. I don't know.
And then my mother like showed him to get out of here because he was small, you know. He's my immediate younger brother. And they were all watching. She kept putting the hands. She kept like she wanted the kerosene and the Cameroon pepper to enter. I don't know if she wanted to put it inside my womb, but she kept putting. She knew. When she put her hand, she knew that I was still a virgin. She knew that what she was accusing me of.
So it's more like just being wicked to your child, like almost like hatred, like you just detest the existence of this tiny 14-year-old. This one is looking more like, hey, I don't know, but I don't want to judge, but hey, eh? Huh? Hey, this one passed me.
She didn't do it. She could have stopped at that moment, but she did not. She continued going. She continued going. I felt the fingers, I felt everything.
Hey.
And I just, when they finished, they left me there.
Hey, God.
And I remember just laying down there telling myself, God, I hate this woman.
Hey, God. This one, after this kind of experience, that you can even hug that woman. I just showed you guys her picture. I'm not saying I want them to be arch enemies or something, but I mean, without any form of reconciliation, real reconciliation, retribution, whatever, without that, you are still able to have conversations with that person as your mom and even able to hug her. You can see the hug from Angela was more like, okay, this stranger, okay. Hey, in fact, I'm speechless. Hey, you will just be looking at people on social media. You don't know what people have gone through in this life. Oh, you don't know the baggage they are carrying around. Some people will talk to you and say some certain things to you. You will be there getting upset, thinking it's about you. It's more about them. You will just see people on social media, you think, they're just people, they're just content creators. Hey! Hey, in fact, I think I'm dumbfounded right now. I think I'm experiencing mini shock. Really, I'm trying to put my thoughts together and make something out of it, but I can't get anything out of my mouth. Let's play the video.
This woman, God, come and take my life. I called her. She went and washed her hand. And she passed and called me NWOSU, which means dead body and the carrier of dead body. And then I told her, I looked at her.
God. How? This is extreme abuse, oh guys. It's not just physical, also not even emotional. Yeah, but psychological abuse, verbal abuse. This is torture now. How? Hey, Jesus, take the wheel. Hey, God, in fact. Let me just be playing it. Jesus. I didn't watch this part, guys.
I just feel like unalive you myself. And she looked at me and said, go ahead, unalive yourself. I brought you into this world. If you buy, I will bury you. She said, this way I was.
And the worst part of it, she might not even mean those things that she said. As a mother, she might not even mean it. Maybe she would be distraught if this girl bite herself. But the fact that you just put a human being through things like this, not considering what your words, your actions will do to them. A fellow human being, let's even forget daughter now. It's even worse that that person is your daughter. This Angela's mother has so much work to do. Honestly, she shouldn't just take it like I didn't know better. No. That's not enough. That is not enough. No.
I will bury you.
Hey.
Igbo, she said this way her word. Jane wonu now. Yo mumorogo. Inwo eniengo. After all, I'm we see. I gave birth to 6 of you, so if you go, and I later.
Hey. Did Angela's mother go to school of wickedness? Because you must be a specialist to know the exact things to say that would damage you mentally. When you tell the child that, after all, you're not the only one, I have 6 of you, so if you buy, nobody will even miss you. No, if you buy, there are still 5, so you are useless. Hey. Some mothers, I carry yansh for now. She opened her kpekus, gave birth to 6 children. That is a lot of war to have fought in your life as a woman. And then not knowing the value. Because it's hard work. Even to give birth to 1 child, you will know that, yay, my eye saw something. And then you now went through it 6 times. And then still doing yama yama. Hey. I don't know if we can say, okay, it was normal in their generation. No, I don't know. I don't even think it was normal in that generation. I don't know. Maybe it's just what people know, or some people, what they were exposed to also themselves growing up, or the environment, I cannot say, no, it was like that. I know that parents were strict in our time, but this level... this one is almost like your enemy. How your enemy would do you. This is not the kind of story I want to hear from my mother did this, my father did this. This is what I would expect to hear. When they say, that family, we were fighting. No, it was fire for fire. They did us this. I would understand that, okay, those were enemies. This one, person you call your mother. I'll get over the shock. Hey. My God. Hey, God. Guys.
Anybody. I didn't sleep with anybody. She's okay. I have 2 other sisters. She didn't. Okay, yes, I was stubborn. In fact, I was the most stubborn child on earth. No problem. I accept it for years. I lived with this guilt. I was so guilty. I was so ashamed of myself. I told myself that it was my fault. I blamed myself. And after that, the funny thing is that they said they were training me. I became the wildest. I became a wild cat. I started running out of the house. Sometimes I would run away from home. And they would bring me back. I did a lot of unimaginable things because I told myself, what is left? She took the virginity from me.
Hey, God. Hey. When we talk about sexual abuse, for example, maybe a teenager being abused sexually, maybe a relative or a neighbor molests them, it's like one of the worst things that, it's like, oh my goodness, that's like the worst thing that can happen to a child, right? But this is also like molestation. This is also like, so which is worse actually? Just going to abuse a child, or using your hand to disvivify the child. I think it's the same level. Honestly, if you ask me. I wasn't prepared for this one. Honestly. Hi, God strengthen this woman. Oh, God will heal her, oh, because this is a lot, though. This is heavy to carry. This, honestly, this is almost like somebody duduvagad you as a teenager. If not worse, I don't know. This is almost like, when somebody is narrating their story, oh, when I was 12, this one happened. This is like, hey, God.
What's more, I've tried to talk to her about this so many times. I've tried to call her. I've tried to talk to her. She doesn't want to talk about it. Each time I bring it up, she'll say, "Was that she'll trade me that she should." That she made me who I am. I said she didn't make me who I am. You messed me up. You messed me up. You completely destroyed me. You broke me. Because everybody will say, maybe you were stubborn. You deserve the treatment. I accept I was stubborn. Maybe I deserve the treatment. But what happened after I grew? After I became an adult, what now happened? What now happened? Let me tell you. I grew up, I became an adult, right? One would think that, okay, she doesn't have control over me anymore. I've gotten to the age where I'll do what I want, say what I want, go wherever I want, you know? Okay, now, why do you still hate me so much, even now that I am an adult?
Oh!
Why?
Are people hearing that? Are people hearing that? She said the mother, why does her mother still hate her this much, even now that she's an adult? So maybe there is no possibility for reconciliation between them, like having a mother-daughter conversation. Maybe the woman is not open to it. The mother doesn't want to acknowledge the damage that she caused her child. The mother doesn't just want to come to terms with the fact that she wronged her child. She doesn't want to take any blame. Maybe. So it turns out that she continues to invalidate Angela's feelings, being in denial. I mean, the mother being in denial or not just wanting to accept any. And now talking about hatred, why does she still hate me as an adult? Hey.
You hate me so much. I ask her all the time. I don't have closure.
Why do you think she hates you? I hope she will give or throw more light, because like the caller said, this one will only bring more hate upon the mother, because now we are getting snippets of, oh, the mother did this, mother did that, and now she's still saying her mother hates her. Show us, or not really show us, but help us understand why you came to that conclusion. The way you gave us examples of what they did to you, how they tortured you. Maybe give examples of what made you to come to that conclusion that even as an adult now, your mother actually hates you, which I don't think she woke up now to hate you. Maybe the hatred started from before you became an adult. So maybe that can help us understand, okay, where is this hatred coming from? And this might also help understand why she's deviating from a direct conversation with her mother, which she has tried before, but those conversations have not been forthcoming. Maybe that's why she's deviating and just going public, that, okay, if I'm not getting closure from my mother, let me open my mouth and start talking and start that healing process with the people that I feel like are my friends and family now. Because the mother that is supposed to be like one of the closest people to you is almost like a stranger to her. Hey, this one is complicated though. This story is
I don't know how to heal. I don't know how to communicate with her. I don't know how it feels to have to sit down and have a one-on-one talk. Everything I learned today, everything I learned today, things I picked up as I was growing up, and the ones I learned from my husband. Do you understand? So growing up, I got pregnant. You don't care. You did not show any interest. Every time I feel like this, I go on, I pick up my phone and I block her.
And after some time, I'll start feeling guilty. Oh, maybe she was training me. Oh, maybe my hymen that she broke my virginity. Maybe I deserve it.
Hey.
No, unblocker, she's your mother. I'm your blocker. And I'll ask her, do you need money? She'll say yes. This is something that I've not shared before.
God.
Yeah.
That's the end of that one. Let me see if there's another part. Ah, there's still another part.
So, after that, prepare the virginity incident, right?
This one, she captioned it. Let me see if I can read it. I was a stubborn child growing up. I accept. But what I don't understand is why she still continued treating me the same way now that I'm an adult, even down to my husband. Okay, so these people have not reconciled. These people don't still have a relationship. Hey, gosh, man.
I developed a very nasty odor, very horrible odor, because then I was 14, and so my mother had taken Cameroon pepper mixed with kerosene and inserted deeply into my body. So,
Angela, someone says, listening to this got me crying so hard. I'm so sorry, Angie, you have to go through this. Wow. Thank you, sis.
it took every day. I would feel the discharge, I would feel the peppery discharge, and I would still feel the body sensation. And I got so hot down there, and I got injured. The injury grew to some sort of very nasty odor. And I didn't know what to do. I was 14. I didn't know how to treat myself. I didn't know medication to take. I was just cleaning it as like anytime I shower, I'll clean it, and I perceived it. I knew the odor was there. I was feeling it, and then one day she asked me to bring her water. She was eating.
Wow. Someone says, being a content creator does not take away her right to speak about her trauma. Social media is her platform, so it makes sense that she would use it to tell her story. Okay, that makes sense. But the thing is, her reason for using this her platform to tell her story is to get healing. And that's why people are asking, will you get healing from social media? That's the main question. We understand. We are not saying she doesn't have the right to use the known platform, where she feels safe. It's good that she's using. Hold on. It's good that she's using her own platform to do this, to help herself. But people are asking, are you going to achieve that your goal to get healing using social media? That's the real question that I hope many people in the comments can help us answer. Go ahead, sis.
Hi, blessing.
Hi, my
Good
love.
day. Oh my God. This issue here is so sad. Even to me, I'm in tears. I am practically speechless. Listen, I'm in my 60s and I've heard a lot, seen a lot. But this is one of the worst cases
Yes.
I have ever heard of.
Yes.
And I've been listening and I'm thinking, was the mother abused
Possibly
when she was younger? What could cause a mother to do that to your own child that you carried 9 months? Feel that pain. We all know that pain is no joke. All mothers on this platform, we know child. The pain of giving birth to a child. And for us now, we would go to any length to protect our children. And what is that? Is it mental illness? Is it abuse? Could have been lack of knowledge? I am wondering, I am thinking, because to me, this is madness. How could you? I cannot speak for her. For me, I would not have taken this route. But the person I am today as an adult, if that was done to me, my mother would have never been a part of my life.
Even me. Because I showed a picture. They were still hugging. Hey.
From I became an adult, I would have left and never looked back. They would have buried her. And I would not want to know. Because look what you have done to me. It's amazing that she's this strong to come out and say these things, And I think she has children of her own.
Yes.
What? Oh my gosh! I am so sorry, Angela, because no human being should have to go through that or suffer like that in the hands of your parent. A parent is there as a protective individual to our children. The animals protect their children.
God.
Animals. Look at if a dog drop a litter, a cat, and you try to go to trouble their children and see their reaction. How could you as a mother?
Human being.
How could you? How could you? I couldn't hug her, blessing. I'm sorry.
Hey. Especially when
her, she couldn't come around me. I would not trust my children in her care. She couldn't come nowhere close to my children or my family. I can't trust her when you did that to me. Oh no. I don't hate, but I think I would have hated her for the rest of my life. And I'm sorry, I know people may not agree with me, but I'm talking for me.
Yes.
Because that is so horrible.
Hey, it's big.
I do pray to God that this woman find healing. Because I don't know how she survived that. I know people beat their children and, in bad ways. Even in my country growing up, I see some children get licked. Lashes, we call it licks. The electric wire, machine belt, and those kinds of things. But, no, this is a whole different level of abuse. If it was in a time like now, and in a country like where I live, they would have lost her over in jail.
Wow.
There's years ago, I listened to Oprah had a show, and there was a book the child wrote. And the name of the book is A Child Called It. Oh my God, that was another level of, that was a horrible one. Where the mother, I think she used to give him bleach to drink. And he survived, Angela, I do pray to God that this woman find healing. And for us parents, if we know we're not ready for children, don't have them.
Yeah.
Don't have them. This one is bad, Blessing. Very bad.
It's
but
extreme.
Thank you, Blessing, for bringing it because I don't see her page. I don't follow her. I know who she is, but I'm happy that you brought this one, this life. Oh, God.
Wow. And someone said in the comments.
So confused.
Yeah, even me. Sometimes I don't even know what to say because I'm like, oh my God. Someone said in the comments that speaking out creates awareness and may help others recognize abuse and find the courage to speak up. Okay, that is true. But when she's done helping others to find the courage and helping others to get awareness. How does this help her?
Heal her. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, we thankful for social media.
Yes.
It do bring a lot of awareness. It show light on a lot of things that, way back before internet and social media that we never knew of. But you as an individual, you of yourself, you got to try and find that healing for yourself. You got to be healed for yourself. And obviously by now she hasn't healed.
No, she hasn't. Absolutely not. She's still pained. She's still in pain. To see
a grown woman come out here and cry like that?
Like that. Even the way she was narrating, she was actually seeing her parents and siblings standing, because you'd see her look to the side, like looking at them. So it's like she's reliving it. She's visualizing everything again. It's painful, even to watch and listen to her.
Oh my God.
Especially that private place. That place, even when you scratch that place, sometimes when you want to pee, the pepper that you feel, even when nobody puts pepper there, if you over scratch and you pee, if the pee touches that place that you scratched by mistake, maybe you pinch yourself, that place is too sensitive.
When I gave birth to my first child, I had an episiotomy whereby they cut down there so that the child can come out.
Me too. Oh, Jesus.
You want to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
The stars that you see. Much more pepper.
In fact, you don't even want to go to pee.
All right.
You don't even want to pee.
If you shave, depending on what you're using, and down there gets sore, irritated, it hurts, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Much more for you
Pepper,
to put
kerosene. Hey.
Blessing.
It's another level.
If I had no mother, I would have disowned her. I don't care who is upset with me. I would have disowned her. I would have never spoken to her. Once I leave that house under her, no.
Someone said in the comments, they said intervention is seriously needed. Angela, I don't know what you want to achieve. I don't know if you just want to do your content and enter house and feel like, okay, I feel better a bit. I feel relieved that I've talked and I've shared it. I don't know if you want to end there. But don't think you feel better and that solves it. Do more than just talk on social media. You need help. And go get that help. You can afford it. Because I think there are some people in life who don't believe in therapy. They just think, that's a waste of money, or what do you want to go and be telling a stranger? What? But if you're like that, please believe what people are saying. You need professional help. Try it. Even if you don't believe in it, just give it a try. You never know what it will do to you, because you're not going to get that help from your mom, obviously.
And not social media either. But, blessing, I'm glad. Thank you for giving me a listening ear. And, it's sad, Angela. I am so sorry to hear that. That just goes to show some of the things that we as human beings carry around. In our daily lives,
Hey, God.
It is sad. I couldn't call her no mom, no hug. My children would have never crossed her doorway. She couldn't come close to my kids, because if you did this to me, who you give birth to, can I entrust my children into your care? No. No, I can't. But thanks for giving me a listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the topic too. I'm still here listening.
All right, sis. Thank you for calling in. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. Okay, I think we finished playing. Did we? Wait, let me see. Did we finish playing it?
Asked me to bring her water. She was eating.
Okay, no, we've
So
not.
I brought water. I like with the stainless cup. I brought water. I held it. I really like get close. I got close to her. She did like this. The good kiss is young. Like, look at how you look at how you are smelling. Are you the one smelling like this? And I just stood there looking at her. The next thing she called my other sister. My other sister was in the other room. She called her, shouted out her name. That one came. She said, come, come, come. She said, well, like my sister should perceive me. So to make sure she's not the only one perceiving this in my other sister, those of you that are saying I'm the first child, no, I'm not the first child. I have an elder sister, right? That they pampered, very much pampered, trust me. So my other sister came and they did like this on me. Hey Angela, gave you Nancy. I just, oh God, I just stood there. I just stood there. And she collected the water from me and told me to get out and she don't come closer again and I'm smelling. And she go and shower. She now said, as I was going, she called me back. She said, do I even shower? How do I shower? I told her that I'm showering, that is that thing that she did to me, that she's that thing that she did to my vagina, that the thing has caused so much injury there, and that's what is smelling.
Hey!
No air does not enter there, so that's why
So the thing left a damage or an injury in her private. So she wasn't treating it, and that injury started to ooze, started to bring out an odor. Hey, 14 years old. Hey! If you think you grew up, your daddy, your mommy did not give you pocket money. You think they didn't treat you well. Oh, they didn't give you pocket money. They were shouting too much at you. Please, go and be hugging them and loving on them. Because your eyes did not see nothing. Your eyes did not see nothing. Hey! Hey!
smelling. And I'm trying to, everything she said is still here in my head. And she said, come on, Zuzu, that I have body odor. I don't know how to shower. This is my age, I don't know how to shower. That's why I'm not using what she did as an excuse. And my other sister started laughing. My other sister started laughing. So I went back into the washroom. I took sponge. I washed myself. I washed and I was praying, please, God, please let this one not smell. Let this one not smell like this. Because I was still going to school. And that time it was vacation period, right? So I was praying, let the smell end with the vacation, but unfortunately it didn't. We started school, I had to go to school. I had to go to school with the smell.
Hey.
Then they made me the health prefect. So imagine the health prefect with that kind of odor.
Hey.
It was one girl. Our people that went to the same secondary school with me will remember the girl. I went to Tony International College, right? So her name is Chiamaka Kemi Wilfred. Chiamaka Kemi Wilfred, I'll never forget. She was my seatmate, and she was the senior prefect, female, head girl. That's what we call them, then head girl. So every time we got to school, I would just sit on my corner. I wasn't good. But she was perceiving it, and one day she told me that this odor coming out of me is not good. That maybe I am infected with something that I don't know. That I should talk to my parents, let them deal with it. Then I started crying. I started crying then. God, I started crying. And then I told her, please let me come and stay with you people because her mother was living abroad. So the mother rented an apartment for just her and her sibling. She was the last one. She had big sisters. I said, if it's made, let me be doing. I was always running away from home. That time I ran away. Wait, they don't sleep. I was sleeping outside. Sometimes school would want to finish me. I would go back home. Sometimes all those OPC will catch me and take me back home. But it don't happen to me for this life. Sometimes I even take people's things. I even just to eat. I don't do for this life.
God. Hold on, guys.
Then the girl told me that no, I should not worry, I should talk to her elder sister. Luckily, she came to school the next day and brought some medication that I don't even know the name, I didn't even know the name, and gave me. And then I hid it, I started taking it every day, until the smell left, until the odor left. That was how I got myself. Yeah. Okay, for those of you that will come and start saying you were so rebellious, you wanted to bring your mother shame, you deserved everything she did, that was why she did it. What of now that I have grown? Now that I'm an adult, what of now that I've grown? Let me tell you one incident. I met my husband. I met my husband and I told my mom that, see, my husband is amazing. I have this husband that is the best. See what he's doing for me. He doesn't allow me to do chores. He pampers me. He brings me breakfast on the bed. And she was like, ah, wow. So he doesn't allow you cook or wash plate. I said, no. She was so happy for me. She said, don't worry, I'm going to call him right now to thank him. And then I ended the call. So as I ended the call, I heard the door. It was my husband. I ran out to tell my husband, see who I just finished talking to, only for his own phone to start ringing. And he showed me my mom. I said, yes, pick. She wants to appreciate you. Pick. Put it on speaker. She picked the call. He picked the call. My mom called him and said, Nnemeka, which means, Nnemeka, do you have sense at all? Why are you not letting Angela cook? Why are you not letting Angela clean? Why are you spoiling Angela? Why are you letting Angela be on social media all the time? She was asking my husband. Then I stood. I started shaking. She said, let her do all these things. She's a woman, you are spoiling her. Let her do these things. Let her. Anyone she refuses to do, you beat her.
Hey! Are you people hearing what I'm hearing? Hold on, let me. I'm back. Sorry about that. Her mother. Hey, God. In fact, this one I cannot. I don't think I can even analyze this, to be honest, because this one is beyond my imagination. I know parents want the best for their children. Even when you get married, they want you to have the best spouse. What I know generally, they want you to have somebody that will take care of you. They don't want you to suffer in the hands of your spouse. Even if you are a man, your parents will be like hoping and praying that the woman God will bring into your life as a wife, that woman will love you and take care of you and not give you stress. If you are a woman, your parents are praying that man will be your father, will be your lover, will be your brother, will be your friend, will look after you. Parents that I know, they will tell the husband of their daughter that I don't want my daughter to suffer. That is the desire of an average mom or dad. I don't want to judge Angela's mom, but trust me, I don't think everything is fine up there. Because this is it doesn't sound normal for an average person. Because as a parent, what we are looking out for is my child happy? I would even understand if the husband of Angela was the woman's son, and then she'll be like, why should you be taking and cooking for your wife? Your wife is using you. I can even understand and imagine and understand that, okay, maybe the mother of the man is the one telling the man that, why are you letting your wife use you? She's just there. She's using you. Don't allow that. I can understand. But now, the mother of the wife that should be happy that, hey, my daughter is being well taken care of. She doesn't have stress. She's even the one complaining. And the worst thing I heard there was, if she doesn't do those things, beat her. Ah, that one is your enemy. That one is not a mother. I don't want to judge this woman, no, but even if you are not my mom, if you're my friend, and you tell my husband, beat her, how much more the mother that gave birth to me will tell that means maybe Angela's father was beating her mom, which is also still funny. Like I said before, if the father was beating the mom, I'm sure she didn't enjoy it. So why would you be telling another man to beat your daughter? And if your Angela's father did not beat Angela's mother, why would she want another man to beat her daughter still, since she didn't experience it? Why should she think it is normal for a woman to be beaten by her husband? Angela's mom is coaching Angela's husband to beat Angela. This is only Angela's side of the story, so we cannot fully judge. But even hearing this alone, I'm like, there is something wrong somewhere. Hey, God, me, I used to think I've heard everything. But you see this one, I wasn't even ready for this. Honestly, this one is big.
So she doesn't allow you cook or wash plate. I said no. She was so happy for me. She said, don't worry, I'm going to call him right now to thank him. And then I ended the call.
That is a green snake under the green grass now. Especially if the mother had even scolded her by herself, like, how can you be letting your husband do everything? You have to work hard as a woman, and you're a wife, Don't forget that. Don't let your man. I can understand. And then maybe she also still telling the husband, don't overspoil her. But now, you talked with your daughter. You were happy. You let your daughter believe that you were happy for her. But you went behind her back. Hey, Angela, are you sure you did not eat the same cassava that your mom was eating? I don't know, because this level is this is not like mother-daughter hatred. It doesn't sound normal in my ears.
So I ended the call. I heard the door. It was my husband. I ran out to tell my husband, see who I just finished talking to, only for his own phone to start ringing, and he showed me my mom. I said, yes, speak. She wants to appreciate you. Put it on speaker. He picked the call. My mom called him and said, Nnemeka, which means Nnemeka, do you have sense at all? Why are you not letting Angela cook? Why are you not letting Angela clean? Why are you spoiling Angela? Why are you letting Angela be on social media all the time? She was asking my husband. Then I started shaking. She said, let her do all these things. She's a woman, you are spoiling her. Let her do these things. Anyone she refuses to do, you beat her very well. Put her in her place. In fact, as I'm talking to you, Milia end this call. Seize that phone. Seize her
phone. It's almost like a mother who is spoiling your marriage. As a mother, you can advise your daughter, yes. But you should also realize that whatever works for your daughter's marriage, your daughter's relationship, what works for them is what it should just be. But now, the mother wants to be introducing toxicity inside her daughter's marriage. That one is fearful. That one is fearful.
My husband was like, what are you? I can't do this to your own child. I can't do this to your daughter. I love her. I can't treat a human being like this. My mother insisted, and he said, "Let me call you back." And then he called. I said, "Sam, no, I'll call her. I'll confront her." I called her and confronted her. Immediately, I told her, "I was there when you were. Why are you like this? Why do you hate me so much? I was there. Why did you like this woman?" She ended the call. She ended the call. So as she ended the call, she didn't talk to us again. We just stayed on our own, and then one day I blocked her. One day I carried my 2 leg flex again and unblocked her. And my husband opened a new business that time. He had an office. He was looking for somebody to work for him. I started calling her. I said, "Talk with my sister. She's not doing anything. My younger sister. Call her, invite her, talk to her, see where her mind is, see if she's okay to do this job. Be paying her. But before she goes, please give her money." My husband said, "How much?" I said, "Give her this amount of money." That was what I said. Now, my husband did all that and my sister left. So I was expecting my sister to now call me and appreciate me. And "Thank you. Sama, you gave me money." She didn't. So I got angry and I called my mom. I said, "Why will my husband give my sister money? She'll keep it a secret. She will not tell me. I don't understand." And my mother was like, "What? She did that? Don't worry, I'll caution her, blah, blah, blah." Only for my mommy to pick up the call again. I was sitting watching Man U match with my husband and daddy. She called. And I said, "Put it on speaker." The first thing she said is, "Angela, is Angela there?" I said, "I did sign." My husband said, "No, Angela is not here." And she said, "What is..."
That is why I've heard some people say that their husbands are not allowed to either have the phone number of their relatives, and their relatives are not allowed to have the phone number of their husband. I've heard women say it. Like their sisters don't have the phone number of their husband, and their parents don't have the phone number of their husbands. If there's anything they need to do with their husbands and their families, the woman will be the one to call or connect them. But it's not like behind their back they will be accessing their husbands. I've heard women say it on this social media. And listening to this, it looks like it might not be a bad idea, because there are some things that your wife's family, as a man, your wife's family will be telling you, even if you love your wife so much, if you are hearing those things over and over again, a day will come that they will poison your heart without you even wanting to be poisoned. Those things will start to have effect. Because if your family is talking like this about you, then how do you want the man to be seeing you? The honor he has for you, the way he sees you, will depreciate. Because your own family, they just treat you like, It's terrible. It's terrible. What do you guys think about it? Should people allow their siblings to have the phone number of their spouses?
Wrong between them. Like, this is why I don't like calling you. You don't behave like a real man. Why will you give my daughter money and tell Angela? In fact, from today, anytime you want to do something from me, don't tell her. She's a bad girl. She wants to...
Somebody's wife. Let me just give an example with my own self. Sometimes you can use your own situation and you can maybe try and use that to understand. Me personally, for example, my husband, for example, he just sends money to my mom without telling me. It is my mom that will tell me. My mom will call me to tell me that your husband sent me money. Help me thank him. She will even tell me the amount. And then she will say, "Please help me thank your husband." He will not tell me anything. No. He will send it. He will do whatever. He will let her know. They will talk. He will not tell me. He will not tell me. And then she will call me and tell me, "Oh, help me thank your husband. Oh, this is how much he sent me." God will. Then she will pray again for him. After she would have done that with him. Then even the last one, I even completely forgot to tell him. It was days later that I now remember that, I didn't even... Before I now said, mommy called, she said this and this. So for you now as a mother, imagine now Angela's mother is now telling the man to keep it a secret, but in a bad way. You understand? In a bad way. Even if the man does it without just, mentioning it to the wife, maybe he feels like, okay, this is my responsibility or whatever, he just does it, not announcing himself, "Oh, I've done this." But for the mother now to be making sure that, or be telling the man that anything you do for me, don't tell your daughter. So is it like the man is not part of the daughter, or the daughter is not part of the man? They want to take the man to themselves. They want to separate the daughter from the man. So whatever he's doing should be for him. It's his business, not her business. This is toxic and this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Families like this, they can poison you. It's almost like they are using you. It's almost like they are using you when they can benefit from you. Now they can benefit from your husband, then they want to put you out of it. You should not be part of it. They don't know that that husband is you. You are that husband. This is scary, eh? So for me, I understand people are surprised, like, okay, why did she bring it on social media? Her mother is still alive. But the truth of the matter, from everything I'm hearing now, she's not in good terms with her mother like that. So I don't think she even cares much what stigma this would bring upon her mother.
Be the only one succeeding. She does not want to be, she wants to be giving me, hand me down. She wants to be feeding her siblings. She don't want anybody to succeed. Anytime you give her something, don't tell her. Anything you want to do for her sister, any way you want to see her sister, just do whatever you want to do for her or any for me. Don't tell her. And my husband was like, you're not even aware that it was the same Angela that begged me to give her sister this money. She said, you're trying to cover. It's not true. I don't believe you. Hey, God. And I had to still call her again and I confronted her. So if you come to start saying...
Someone said the reason Angela is sharing is because her fans have been asking why she doesn't show or interact with her family. Okay, but people are saying she doesn't owe anybody an explanation on social media. Honestly, I understand Angela. And why I understand her is she doesn't have a relationship with her family. So social media is like her family. It's when you have a good relationship with your home base, you have a normal life, normal family, that social media would not even be anything you would consider. That, hey, let me go and narrate which story, which trauma, you understand? And that's the perspective people are looking at this situation from. They are thinking Angela has a normal family or a normal relationship. That's why they are asking that question. Why are you bringing it online? Because she doesn't have a family. So social media is like a family, and that's why I kind of like understand her. Me, I would not do it. Let me just say, it's difficult, or it wouldn't be fair to judge her based on our own lives, how our own lives are set up and how our own families are set up. Social media, or Angela has like a better relationship with social media than she has with her family. So I think she doesn't even have anywhere else to go to do this than social media. But she shouldn't stop here. That's just the thing. This should not be her end bus stop. If she stops here, okay, I've said it, okay, let me enter house. No. She shouldn't stop here. If she truly needs closure, she needs to be healed. She needs to go further than just social media. She needs to take action and she needs to carry people along. It's not all about creating awareness. It's also all about teaching what to do, how to solve this problem. Because now she's traumatizing many people. Many people have listened to this, her story. Many people will not be able to sleep at night. Many people will be thinking, confused. Okay, how? Like, they can't give it a place. So it will be good to also help those people heal. She's also bringing trauma on a lot of people. So let her go further. Let her not teach people that, okay, just come and say it on social media and enter house. No. Let her go the whole journey. Get professional help. This is bad. This is sad. Honestly, this is
So, was again, we just stayed on our own and then I blocked her. One
okay,
day,
that was all.
Or for me, don't tell her. And my husband was like, You're not even aware?
Okay. I think we played the whole thing. This is the last one she posted, I think. But if there's any other one, maybe we'll do part 2. We'll come back and still analyze it deeper. But this is deep. And again, prayers up for Angela. She has been brave all through. I mean, all the years that she has been online. I honestly never really suspected like anything, maybe because I don't really watch her too much. There are some people, if you watch them every day, you will notice that something is not right somewhere. So it is well. Thank God that despite everything she went through, she still met a man that accepts her and loves her from what she has been saying. But before we go, I want to show us some comments that people made. Yeah, about this whole case on social media. Let us read some of them. Let me log into my laptop again. Okay. This person said, "You see that yeye talk Angela NWOSU about her mother, saying that she lost her VJ through her mother, that she would put kerosene in her VJ to punish her for her misconduct. Her mother traumatized her," and then laugh. See, I can never believe that Angela NWOSU. She's a fat liar. She is looking for a means to resurrect her dead page and social media influence. She wants to trend again. Let me state it clear to her. If she likes, let her generate long fake emotional story just to trend again. She will never trend or gain any relevance again. Her own social media season has come and gone. Let her go and rest and allow others to trend and reign in their season. What do you guys think about this point of view? What I would just say about this is that it's dangerous, this era that we live in. It's dangerous that everything is judged. Hold on, guys. Everything is judged based on social media. It's a pity. I know it's the reality of social media life or this modern age that we live in, but now it's looking like there is no genuine story out there anymore, because any genuine story you bring forward will be judged as just a social media story to trend and chase clout. If you ask me, I know how to at least read people. I understand psychology, and maybe I have a little bit of gift when it comes to that. If you ask me, Blessing, personally, is Angela going through trauma? Does she have trauma? I would say yes, if you ask me, based on this video or videos and the things she said. Not only that, but the way she narrated the story, I think genuinely the thing is affecting her. Yes, I think also that the monetary aspect of it was also carried along in this storytelling. I cannot deny that fact, because, to be honest, Angela is a social media person. Angela understands social media. Angela knows that when it bleeds, it sells. Angela knows that this thing will bring traffic and money and engagement. And that should not take center place in this whole story. And why I said it is, if money alone was the reason why she did this, I think we would be able to recognize it. We would be able to tell that this one is just looking for money. I don't think money alone. I think money is like one of the things that motivated her. When you think about the thing also go make money, that's one thing that we encourage you to even go ahead with it. Without the money that will be made from it, I think she would discourage herself, like, okay, to go and start telling the world. No. I think so. I think the money was also considered in this storytelling. However, I don't think the money alone was the focus of Angela doing this, if you ask me. I think she considered the money. I think it's part of why she went on with this. But I don't think the main motive, like the main focus, is just the money. I don't think so. Just watching her, body language, everything, intonation, I'm feeling like truly this girl is going through an emotional battle within herself as a woman, as a wife, as a mother. I think she's struggling internally. And the money is like the bonus on top of it, which she knows, which we all know. We can't all pretend that she doesn't need the money. I'm sure her monetization is turned on for those videos. She didn't turn them off. She didn't turn it off. We know that, yes, money is part of the equation. However, I think genuinely she's struggling. She's fighting an inner battle. But now, this statement is making the whole thing look like the only reason she's talking is money. I don't think so. Maybe money is 20% and the real battle inside of her is 80%. You understand? That's my opinion about this comment. Let's see this other comment. This person said, meet Angela NWOSU, the first woman in the world to lose her VJJ 3 times. She first lost it to one useless guy. The second time was to her husband. And now the third time is to her own mother. What God cannot do does not exist. The hands of my mother, part 1. So basically, people are ridiculing the whole situation of Angela, the whole story. And that's another thing. This social media, if you live a fake life, it will come back to haunt you. If you tell lies because there is a certain story you want to paint, there is a certain narrative you want to push out there, it will come back to bite you in the bum. I mean, like I said, I've not really watched Angela like this or like that. So I cannot confirm these statements, but at least from this statement, Angela once claimed that it was one useless guy that disvijayed her. Then in another video, she claimed that it was her husband that did it first. Maybe she wanted to paint that picture of, oh, nobody ever went there. My husband is the only one. Maybe. I don't know which video. I don't know. But according to this comment. And now, it's no longer the useless guy. It's no longer her husband. It's now her mother. You see? The danger of lying on social media. Or wanting to paint something to look a certain way when it's not the truth. Now, possibly this story of her mother is the real truth. Where is she going to put the first 2 versions? Where? Then she has to come out and explain why she told those lies. Otherwise, going forward, people will not believe her. Because maybe there will be a part 4. Maybe there will be another 4th person that is virgin her tomorrow that she will come and tell. Because you look, Angela, you are not the only one who needs closure. Social media people that consume your content, you are also putting them on a chair that has 3 legs. Because they are human beings that consume your content. You are not just doing content in the air. People consume your content. You also do something to them psychologically. You also impact their mental health with the things you say, the videos you make. They process those videos. And then when you start to confuse them, they also deserve closure. So you can't come out now with part 3 and you just want all of us to accept it and go and sit down somewhere and go and look for where to be crying. Then what are we going to do with part 1 and 2? Like I said, I didn't watch part 1 and 2. I don't know the story. But if there is any truth behind this story of, okay, there was a time she told us one useless guy, disvirgin her. Then another time she told us her mother, her husband disvirgin her, and now. So that part 1 and 2, you have to give people the reason behind those stories. If you have to apologize for lying, you do whatever you need to do, or to clarify that, oh, I was just doing content. Oh, it was just content I was doing, or whatever. But those people that listened to you, those 2 versions, the first 2 versions, they also deserve healing and closure. It's not only about you as a content creator. You went through a lot. Many people watching you on social media, maybe they didn't even go through anything. But you are also putting them through something now. An emotional roller coaster. Because now they are confused now. Like, okay, which one should we believe? Is this the last person that is virgin you, or there is a 4th one coming next year? You understand, Angela? So if you want to come clean fully. And from a comment here, they said people are asking her why she doesn't show or interact with her family. Which kind of like makes sense, because she wants to maybe clarify to people like, look, it's not like I don't care about my family. It's not like I'm selfish and doing things only for myself and my immediate family now, but it's just a whole lot of things that happened in the past, which I understand that she's doing this, but it's conflicting with other things you've told people before. So what do you want people to do with those other things? They should just delete those things from their memory and just start living with this new one. It's difficult for a lot of people to do. Somebody like me, thank God that I didn't watch the first 2 parts. If I had watched those ones, maybe my analysis would be different. I would not even want to go emotional with you. I will just tell you, please, before you start part 3, come and correct part 1 and 2. That's me. But because I cannot confirm, I'm just going by what somebody commented. But if truly you already gave 2 versions of how you lost your virginity before, then you should correct those, because it's not mumus that you do videos for on social media. You'd have to correct those 2 versions so that people can at least give these things a place. Like, okay, now we understand why part 1 happened. Now we understand part 2. Now we can believe part 3 and do what we want to do with part 3. But you can't just jump in and you just expect all of us to forget part 1 and 2 and you just move on with part 3 because you want healing. People watching you also want healing. They also want closure. We should consider the people watching us. It's not all about us. We are there making the money online. But the people watching us, they are affected mentally. Consider them. You don't need to explain anything to anybody. But the moment you already decided that I want to come and talk about part 3, make sure you clean up part 1 and 2 so that everything will be clear to everybody that you are not here playing. Because me, I don't think this story of your mother, I don't think it's a joke. I don't. I honestly don't. But if you already told 2 versions before, then there is a problem somewhere. Then I can understand people are questioning your genuinity behind this latest story now, Let me go to another comment. This person said, so who exactly took Angela's virginity? When someone launches a new business or releases a new song and suddenly begins sharing an emotional life experience, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what exactly are they trying to achieve with this story? PR. The story may be completely true, but that doesn't mean every detail hasn't been exaggerated, dramatized, or strategically presented to generate sympathy, conversation, and attention. So learn to take such stories with a pinch of salt. Listen, read, think, then decide. Because sometimes the story isn't just a story. The story is the marketing strategy. That also makes sense. I'm not going to lie. Yes, it does. Because again, this is social media. This is where people make money. Yes, I'm not going to pretend like water, fire is burning on water. Eh, let's keep it real. If the videos and the story would not be monetized, would Angela come and search for healing on social media? There was a time social media was not monetized. Angela was here. Yeah, she was doing content, no monetization. Passionate about content creation. She didn't tell the story then. And look, I know people are also asking, why now? Why is she talking now? The point is, there will be a time. It could have been 10 years ago. And it might even be 10 years later. But whenever you come out to talk, people will still ask the same question. There just has to be a time. It's when you feel ready. There would just be something that would just lead to it. You know, there are some things sometimes you just take. One day you will just explode. You'll be like, okay, why have you been taking it all along? It's because, yeah, maybe your emotions did not just, you were just not prepared. So me, I don't look at timing like that too much. There are some instances whereby timing matters, but emotional things like this, sometimes you let go. You don't even have power over yourself. Like, okay, you throw in the towel. So I can't judge her based on, okay, why are you talking now? Why didn't you talk when there was no monetization? Maybe it's now she's emotionally ready. She's a mother now. She's in another place in life. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's settled. It's a different ballgame than when she was still finding her way, you know. It's a different thing. However, this person made mention of something, this last comment, that look at the strategy, look at the positioning. Angela is just releasing a new business. She's selling slim tea. She just lost weight. God knows how she did it. For me, she looks like someone who went under the knife. I don't know. But that weight loss for me was so sudden. Anyway, like I said, I don't follow her, so I don't watch her like that, so I don't know the process she might have gone through. But one day I just woke up and saw Angela looking very slim. I was like, okay. But anyways, she said she's selling slim tea now, right? And it's now also she's telling the story. So yes, people are going to doubt. People are going to be suspicious. Like, okay, is this really genuine, or this is just a marketing strategy? I don't blame people who think that way. I don't blame them, honestly. I'm not saying that's the case, because if you've not walked in those shoes, take it easy. You understand? But I can understand. I can see reason why people are feeling like, okay, you need that media attention. So let me know what you guys think. Let me see if I can read one or two comments before we go. This has been one hell of Jesus. This is not even a movie that you watch a movie. This is the Lord is my strength. Let me see. Wow, someone says, I'm healed today because I chose to forgive myself. Then I forgive all my abusers. I free them from my mind and my soul. Now today, I don't break down no more. Whoa. Hey, is it easy to forgive when people have not asked for forgiveness? Is it easy to just, without therapy, you just wake up one day and you tell yourself, you know what, I'm letting go. And you know that those people are somewhere, they don't even care. Whether you cry, whether you are in pain, whether you are traumatized, they don't even care. And you just decide to forgive them. Man. Let me see. Someone says sick mother. Someone says she did seem very distant when she visited Nigeria and met with her. Yes, I noticed it, but I just thought, I didn't think too much of it, and I couldn't start making stuff up, So I just thought, okay, maybe it's the pregnancy. She's just been careful, Man. Thank you, user RJ60K. Thank you so much. Someone says sometimes speaking out is good, rather online or therapy. Speaking out can help others, bring awareness, and give others the courage to come out and get the help that is needed. Someone says, I do not understand why parents get involved in their children's relationships. Let them fight their battles and just be in the sidelines for support if needed. I think parents get involved when you invite them. I don't think parents just jump into your relationship or your marriage. I think when you invite them, you open a pathway for them. They will enter through there. Because if you don't tell them something, what will they know what will they know? What will they have to tell you? How will they be able to enter? But when you give them a little bit of information, they know the angle they will come in through. So I think people need to stop inviting their parents into their relationships and marriages. I think the worst you can do, or the best, is, how are you? How are you? Oh, we are fine. We are fine. We are living in peace. Oh, that's good. How are you too? How is your health? Oh, yeah, pocket money, and everybody fine. Everybody will go home. But by the time you hey, mama, I want to tell you, that's the beginning now. But yeah, truly, parents should not be getting involved or trying to tell them what to do if they've not asked for advice. You had your own marriage, you lived your own life. Don't introduce your own marriage style to your own children as a parent. Hello?
Hey, Blessing, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Long time no speak to you.
Yes. How are you too?
I'm good. I hope all is well with you.
Yes.
And the chat.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, this story is very moving. It hit me at my core, you know, and it's very extreme. And I'm sure a lot of us have experienced some type of trauma and abuse. And not because her story is that extreme means that ours hurt us any less, you know? As a matter of fact, I think it's a good thing for whatever intentions that she's doing this. I think it's a good thing because sometimes we need someone to come up to dig up some of the pain that we buried so deep, you know, for the purpose of healing. So man may have the intention to do something else, but it's actually benefiting a lot of people, you know. And I'm glad that as an African woman, she's coming out and telling some of the atrocities that occurred, you know, against our African females, you know, and you can have understanding for why people do things and also exact boundaries at the same time. You don't have to, okay, I feel sorry for them or I understand why them do that and still allow them to hurt me. You can say, okay, I understand why they did that. Maybe their parents did that to them, but I'm still going to keep my distance so you don't do it to me or mine again. Children. So one don't have to exist without the other. You don't have to be honor your parents and mess up yourself in the same. You get what I'm saying? You can actually say, okay, my parents never knew better. They were acting more from the ego. There wasn't that much information available to them. You know, our brains have developed where we can have better emotional intelligence than our parents, right? And say, I understand why they did it, but it still wasn't damn right. And it's okay to be friggin' angry. Why do we think that anger is such a bad emotion? It's a good emotion. It's okay for you to be angry, even if it's your mother or father. Yes. You know? It's okay. And, you know, I was listening to your first caller, and she had a good outcome with her situation. But not all parents are gonna react the way her parent reacted. Because even in my personal situation, I tried to speak to my father from a very vulnerable place, and he was not having it. He couldn't face himself. He just thought, you know what, I'm gonna stick to I did my best and that's it.
That's not enough.
But that's all he can do, and I have to acknowledge that is his limitation and move on with my life, right? And try to find a way to balance out whatever I'm feeling. But one of the main reasons why I called is because I was a victim in victim mentality for so long. Because some of the people that are close to you that you think should have protected you or had your back or not, they didn't. And you're like, you're supposed to be my parent, you're supposed to be my sister, you're supposed to be my husband, you're supposed to be my friend. How you must do that? And what happens when that happens to a person is they internalize it and think, oh, something must be wrong with me. If all these people that are so close to me are hurting me and abusing me, something must be wrong with me. And you know what I came to realize? It was my light that was being attacked. The light in me, the God in me, the greatness in me that was being attacked. Because sometimes people see your greatness before you even see it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want you to soar too high because you have to fit into the status quo. Because if you fly too high, then everybody's gonna recognize that, oh, she's higher than me. And when you have mob psychology going on or crab in a barrel, you see people trying to pull people back down to their level just to have that coherence in the group. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
When you start to look at it like that, like, okay, if there was nothing wrong with me, it's my light that they were attacking, and just them attacking my light is pointing me to show me how bright my light is, then they did me a favor.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's all about perspective. And that doesn't mean that the emotional pain is not there. We process that through grief, through anger, through whatever else. But at the end of the day, the reason that I was attacked wasn't because there was something inherently wrong with me or that I was a victim. It's because I am great. I am the light of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is why I'm being attacked. And if I stick to that story, I'm no longer the victim. And I can release those or even thank them for pointing me in that direction. You know? So it's all about how we think and our perspective about situations. And like I said, that doesn't excuse the pain. I'm not bypassing the pain that any of us felt because it was real. But after you process all of that, you come to the realization, I am great. I am the light. You know? And you might even be able to turn around and help those who even abused you. When you stand in your light. You know?
Sure.
And that's what I wanted to add.
Thank you so much for your
You're
insight.
welcome.
All right.
Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Bye-bye.
Sis, and or let me say sisters, and everybody who has watched, be strong, because what we listened to today, honestly, is not for the weak. It's not for the light-hearted, or how do they say it? Really, it's heavy. It's very heavy, traumatic. So let me just thank all of you for being here, for listening to this story. And I want to ask you to say a prayer for Angela. Put out your comments of encouragement and also your comments of advice on which steps she should take. And her mother as well, so that other mothers obviously can learn. I want to thank my callers and our sister that shared her own story. And again, very beautiful that it ended in peace, in reconciliation for her and her family, and we pass on that, wish for other families going through this, that they find healing, they find true reconciliation for, the past, and that the people who have perpetrated this trauma, this evil on their offspring, that they come to terms with it. They are no longer in denial. They open their eyes, they realize and they validate whatever their offspring feels, you understand. So again, thank all of you for being here, for just being together as women, as people, humans, and just listening to this, learning and teaching. And again, hopefully Angela continues to find strength. I thank God for how far her life has come despite all of this, and hopefully she still goes greater. And whichever intention she might have, it's between her and God. Only God sees her heart. Only God knows exactly what made her do this video at this point in time. Only God sees all. However, let's continue to pray for not only Angela, because Angela is not the only one. No. There are many people who are not even on social media who are going through even worse. You might not be able to imagine it, but me, I can imagine that there should be. Because if I was watching Angela and I didn't suspect anything, and she has this kind of story, now imagine all the other people. So let's pray for all the women in the world that are being abused everywhere in the world, and that God will give them the courage to seek help, to speak up, and to use their stories to teach. Thank you all so much once again. Have a blessed evening. Please give the video a thumbs up before you leave. Just like, that's all you have to do. Just like and subscribe to this channel if you are not a subscriber yet. Follow the account on Facebook if you're watching. Thank you all so much and have a blessed evening. Hopefully I come back here tomorrow. And if there's any other development on this story, I will come back and do a continuation. Thank you all and have a blessed day ahead. I love you. Bye.